Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between on that technicolor rainbow we call life. My name is Doug. I am joined, as always, by my life partner in crime, Lucas, aka Sarge. How you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm currently in Twitch chat explaining to someone that our intro can go anywhere from 5 minutes to like a half an hour, and I think Herr Freitz actually beat me to it.
Yep. now-ish. Yeah, that's about right. What did it start?
Now-ish is about correct.
Now-ish, it's fine. But
it was supposed to start at 10, but somebody was assembling a chair. I hurt my finger.
I would like to point out, I had enough time to run 2 races in iRacing and get my safety rating up to 2.96. I almost have my C class. Moving on.
Your safety rating is better than mine. I'm less than a 2 right now in A. Anyway, I'm doing great. It was a hot day. It's like 95 degrees. I sweated like a dog. Let me tell you something.
Dogs don't
In my
sweat.
job. I think that's fair. I think that's why they pant. That is that rule. My job, for anyone uninitiated here, for those that forget, I do explosives for a mining company. To do my job, the people who drill the holes give me a paper. I put said paper on a clipboard and I write down all the information. Without that information, I can do none of that stuff. What I did today was laid that clipboard down, went to do something, and when I came back, a 100-ton haul truck of rock had dumped rock on top of the spot where I laid my clipboard down. So we had to take a smaller piece of equipment and excavate that to find the paper, which I found. And Doug, tell me how your day went, because I can hear it.
So my day is I woke up a little bit earlier than normal. I've had a pretty late start most days for the uninitiated. I'm a mental health counselor. First client was at like 9 o'clock. I had like 3, 4, 5 clients, and did the bulldozer eat your homework?
So that's what I tell somebody. So the boy just happened to catch it dead in the middle, and it just split my clipboard and all paper in half when we dug it out. Anyway, so my day was good. I went to the eye doctor. My eyes are no worse than they have always been, which is like that much off of being legally blind. So no golden retriever yet. That close.
I mean, you have Taz, so you know.
Taz is not leading me anywhere. You literally put that dog on a leash, and he'd sit down in front of you and be like, "All right, Taz, we need to walk across the street." You go take a step, and you trip over him.
Yeah, he doesn't want you to go anywhere. Just sit on the couch.
We're here, bro. This is where we live.
We're gonna listen to let's plays from now on.
This is our life.
I mean, honestly, the way that like you've been playing retro games, like you could probably be half blind to play those games given the graphics, and it would still
are bad.
The moment you said like when you were playing that you were playing that first night I was watching, and you were like, these graphics are starting to look good, and at that I didn't want to admit it, and I was like, oh my god, you're right. Like,
it was amazing because Kim had Resident Evil on in the corner, the new one, like the remake of 4. I glanced over, I'm like, that looks like a real human being. And I glanced back, I was like, these polygons kind of look like a human being.
You know they're buff when their elbow almost comes to like a singular point. Like, anyway, we have some questions for you tonight. 48 in total, to be precise. If you guys want to play with us, if anyone wants to play with us in general, in that corner there should, that direction there should be a QR code with a 4-digit 4 alphanumeric code.
It's BST 9.
BST9. Either go to play.trivnow.com/search and put in that code. That'll get you in. You can have teams, you can all that good stuff. Or if you want to play on your phone, just scan the QR code. It should take you right to the app. Download the app, and you can play that way. All your answers should go into Triv Now, because if they don't, and you put them in the chat, one of 2 things is going to happen. Either A, you're going to get it right, and you're going to give everyone else the correct answer. Or 2, you're going to get it wrong and look really, really dumb in front of all 9 of our watchers. So, you know.
While also playing the game incorrectly.
Yes. Also that. So don't do it. Just don't do it. But there are also ways you play this game. There are rules. Like, there are rules for everything, but there are 3 rules on how you play this game. Well, I would say like 1.5, 2 rules.
No,
something like that.
We have turned one of them into 2 rules. It's still 2.
Okay, 2 rules. 2.5 rules.
Fair enough.
There's
All
one.
right.
There's 1A, and 2.
And then 2.
Yeah.
And, didn't we come up with 3 last week? I'm supposed to add rule 4.
I don't remember
But no,
what rule 4
no, it
was.
tied
but...
back in. It tied back
Yeah.
into rule 1.
Yeah.
All right.
So rule number 1, it is so important that a poster has been made of it. A former host. Don't be a dick. Just don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Every religion has some form of this, whether it be the Golden Rule, the 10 Commandments, the 7 paths, the 5 pillars, like whatever you pick. Like, all of them are just like expounding on just like, don't be a dick. If you have to ask yourself,
No, I'm sorry.
don't be
Sorry,
a
didn't have myself.
dick. like really though,
Typhoon, don't be
be
a
a
dick.
dick. I mean, I guess in the Mulan movie it was "Hope you have a dick," but that's a other
When
thing.
you don't, you can still be us. Okay, we're done. We're done. We gotta quit. We're gonna get in trouble.
Moving on. Hey, it's parody law. We're fun. With that, if you're asking yourself, like, well, what about cheating? If someone were to cheat and you were to catch them cheating, wouldn't you say, man, that guy's kind of a dick? Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Is that simple? But since Lucas and I have a really, really hard time listening to directions and we're really, really hard-headed, ask our wives, we need things told to us twice. So rule number 2 is see rule number 1. Just
Don't be a dick.
Yeah. And rule number 3.
Oh, I love this one. Rule number 3.
Lucas, what's rule number 3?
You do you, boo-boo. Other than not being a dick, do your own thing. Have a good time. Enjoy yourself. As Doug likes to say, let your freak flag fly, or let your pesky pendant clap. I don't know. Kim said that was bad. But seriously, do your own thing. Enjoy yourself. Make fun of us. Joke about the questions. Joke about whatever's going on. Just don't be a dick to each other. Plain and simple.
No. We make the minuscule bucks every night when we do this. And by minuscule, I think we make like 8 cents on the night or something stupid like that.
Something like that.
It's something stupid like that.
And then we give away $5. So,
yeah. So it's fine. But if you guys make fun of us, we're more than happy for you guys to do that. We are here to take those shots. We'll take shots at you guys too when you answer really, really stupidly on the free response questions.
What's the capital of the United States? Washington State. Did they seriously just write state?
Yep.
But why?
Yeah. It's like DC United. That's the football. That's the soccer team. Okay, moving on.
We do enjoy parody answers.
Yes, we do enjoy parody answers. If you get us to laugh, actually laugh. Sometimes we'll give you some bonus points. Sometimes, but if you were answering like intentionally funny, it comes off as intentionally funny, and then it loses its funny. So whatever. But there's also a couple of mini games we're gonna play tonight.
We have a new mini game. Did you forget?
I put my answer into the Discord. You can also join. You can also join our Discord if you'd like. We'll be playing sometimes we play some games, sometimes we do some stuff. If you throw up in our chat like, hey, playing this game, come join us. Sometimes do it. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
But with that, it also comes some extra games that we are playing. Exclamation point Grammar, GRAMMAR. If Mama Fafro is probably the entire reason I wake up hungover on Friday. I'm like I'm 90% convinced the reason I'm hungover on Friday morning is Mama Fafro.
That's fair.
Because exclamation point Grammar, GRAMMAR, all one thing, is if we spell something wrong, if we use the wrong case of there, or it's, or whatever, we're not worried about commas. We're not worried about periods. We're not worried about semicolons. We're worried about spelling, whether it be answers or questions, or wrong forms of words. So you put exclamation point Grammar.
Inevitably, we will write And so they
I would-
go.
I would like to point out
yonder.
that Lucas sent me 2 rounds this week via
did
text, which means
Oh no.
which
There will be
means
grammatical
there was
errors.
there was a phone on my desk at some point this week, and I on an Excel spreadsheet I did this number, staring down, typing, enter, type, enter. Good enough. Let's go. And
So yes, Quizmaster Caleb, that is exclamation grammar. That's what will pop up us. One of us did dumbs and we add it to the counts.
yep. The other
But
one.
unless you have a grammatical. No, you're good. I'll edit it. So that's
Yeah.
how it works.
Yeah, we can. So when the questions pop up, if you realize that we have misspelled something, you would put exclamation point grammar into our chat, and then you would point out what we misspelled, or the 9 things we misspelled, or whatever it is in that question or answers, because most of these are, well, actually, I'd say about half of these are multiple choice this week.
Yeah.
The other is exclamation point free. At some point, we have been pretty damn good about this.
We have.
If we get, let's say we let our guard down enough, we become vulnerable enough to you people that we give up an answer for free. You can call us out. If we say the answer before we actually end the question, you put exclamation point free, that is a punishment for us. We'll take a
and
drink.
we'll own up to it. So if someone puts
Yeah.
exclamation free in the chat and we take a drink, guess what? That was the answer to the question.
Yeah, no, Quizmaster Caleb, you're good. We would actually prefer you ask these questions in Twitch chat. We are here to help. We are not a discriminatory or.
This is the learning phase.
Yeah, no, honestly, like every night's a learning night because we have technical difficulties a lot. So we're learning how to do this too, all the time for the last
Yeah,
what 3 years at this point. Like it's been a
We've
long time.
been doing this together for almost 2 years, me and you.
Yeah, but so like this stream has been going for about 3 years since 2020.
Yeah.
It took a well, I wouldn't say it took a hiatus. There was a brief blip where I had to re-recruit, and Lucas stepped up, and we've been doing it ever since. Ooh. I have found the people that you messaged earlier, Lucas.
Yeah, John K decided to show up tonight.
Oh.
John K is the one who, quote, said it's lit. He was one of our recommended people.
There we go. The other 2 games we're playing tonight, one I don't agree with. One of them is exclamation point
What do you
Kim.
mean you don't agree? Do you
One of-
realize how long you went on a rant about Social Security 3 weeks ago?
Shut up.
I know how to add money to someone else's child's endangerment fund because of you.
That's fair. But one of them is if Kim doesn't answer questions on time and Lucas has to yell out, Kim! You put exclamation point Kim and it adds it to the count. The other one,
It will count. That is a
apparently,
continuous count. It has
appa-
been going on.
apparently, if Doug gets a little too into the syrup, he starts going on very, very long rants about some stuff.
Doug has opinions.
I have a
And
lot
in
of opinions.
Doug's defense, Doug has strong opinions about important matters, but sometimes
I have
when
very
he has imbibed,
I feel like, and this might be my opinions. I feel like I have very well reasoned, very strong opinions on things that I try to convey as like, here's where I'm coming from. Unfortunately, they take about 4 to 5 minutes to get across because I have ADHD and can't get stuff out normally. So it's fine. But if
yeah, go ahead.
if I start rambling and we say exclamation point Doug in the chat, it means yeah, oh boy, there he goes again. It's rant number 1 on that topic, and we all know and love it. So
See?
those are our
Mama
games.
Fafro wants us to get rolling, so Kim, cover your ears.
So we
I
have
would.
we have
Okay.
exclamation point grammar, exclamation point free, exclamation point Kim, and exclamation point Doug. And those are your mini games for tonight. The other game we're going to play, and we'll give you more rules when we get there, is our 50-50, which includes a punishment for us. Actually, that's JK Gaming. You're spot on. Yeah, I get sauce up and talk about whatever's bugging me.
That's right.
It's the equivalent of, you know what grinds my gears?
Let Peter Griffin tell you what grinds my gears.
Yeah. Anyway, let's jump into it. Let's take the first question. Let's jump into it. Wait, what are you drinking? I'm drinking, as always, Coors Light, because my wife was nice enough to buy me some alcohol because I forgot to this week, and she is amazing and looks out for me and knows that this trivia means a lot to me. So,
my wife refuses to buy me alcohol, and I had an eye appointment and other things today and took a nap. So we're having vintage Sundrop, the 2023 edition. It's cherry lemon version. However,
coming from the hills of North Carolina, the vineyards of
slight hints of lemon. In the floor over here, we do have my shot glass and a bottle that was provided to me. So for the punishment rounds, or if people decide to get real gifty tonight with subs, I have a bottle. So yeah, imbibing can be done. Anyway, you ready to rock?
Yep, let's do this.
All right, let's do this thing, ladies and gentlemen. If you have your app down, you have your team installed, your question is coming your way. As always, surprising absolutely no one. It's time for Teletubbies Round. No, I'm kidding. It's current events. Being the first song from a video game to be added to the Library of Congress, what retro game got that honor this week? So, trivia's still lit. You know what? We have 10 teams here tonight. You know what that means, Doug?
What?
We might as well start trivia off lit since I only have a cherry lemon Sundrop.
I mean, I'm asking for some reinforcements real quick. I will do it with you. Give me a second.
Yeah, John, I know you're not. Oh,
I'm kind of upset you're not.
I'm not upset that you're not, because I think you have to go to work tomorrow, and John is starting a new job. John is starting a new job, and we want him on point for his new job.
No, if anything, you want to underperform on day one.
Underperform on day one.
Because like you can only yeah.
Mama Fafra is gonna get oh, there it is. Nope, that's important.
Yeah, that's okay. That's good.
All right, I got 10 to 10 answers in. The correct answer here is Mario. So the theme song to the first Mario game has been added to the Library of Congress due to it being a cultural icon.
And you all know it's that song has been added to the Library of Congress as culturally relevant to maintain from now until eternity is what the Library of Congress is for.
There we go.
All right, number 2. Must be time to buy those lottery tickets. As of Wednesday, the Powerball has crossed $1 billion, which it has only done how many times total, including this time?
Hey, yo, dog. Luigi best. Don't at me. I had a thing. How many Powerball tickets are we buying? Number 1. Something else I wanted to ask you. What did I want to ask you? It seemed important in my head at the time. Oh, please tell me that you forgot to answer this question already so I can just scream at you. So, I'm sorry, Kim was talking. That Aussie guy. All right, so we have Bunghole Prospector. Of course it was her. I guess just me. I don't know. Bunghole Recovery and Interior Laboratory, Braille. Unnamed Bunghole. For those of you, I will think of the question. John's right. I will think of the question tomorrow. For those of you who don't know, we have a family here, and they are always named Bunghole something or something Bungholes. And usually me and Doug try to guess their name.
Apollo Bunghole.
Are they all government programs? Braille? No, Braille's not a program.
I mean, maybe. You didn't have to.
The bottle. That's my gift I bought, Doug. It's beautiful. It's red, white, and berry. Ally! Ally! Hi. Oh, she left.
Lucas is mad you didn't wave at him.
I am less sad. Yeah, Hairfreed, you do count as the honorary bunghole. So you can always be inducted into the honorary bungholes. They take family members, I think. All right, what you got?
That would be 3 times total so far.
Wow.
That the Powerball has crossed $1 billion.
Hairfreed just said dehydrate all the hosts.
Well, to get lit, start off getting lit.
I shall pour. I shall pour. We shall start off correct.
I have my prescription.
I have my mason jar because I'm from the South.
Cheers.
To you, good sir. To good health. Here we go.
Woo! Ugh.
Oh, God.
So, Marl. What? No, this is yours. Sorry.
It is my question. I'll take care of it. Mar-a-Lago is apparently the new Fort Knox, holding all these documents and stuff. What country has recently come forward saying that national treasures lent to the U.S. for a White House event are currently being held in Mar-a-Lago and are irretrievable? Today is the anniversary of Buzz Lightyear on the moon. So all moon missions. Oh. Cool. So
No,
those are all
it's
Apollo
wait.
missions.
No, it's Neil Armstrong. Neil Armstrong stepped foot on the moon today.
Buzz Lightyear. Do we Grandma Ben for that one?
Yes. Wait, is there like a host grandma, like a grandma for? There also is Kenny here because Herr Fritz is, and I feel like this is.
I'm glad I added that one.
Yeah.
Herr Fritz needed to dehydrate. Luckily, John hasn't figured out how to spend his points yet.
We're a team short for some reason.
Cam! Would you like to answer the question today? She's very unhappy. I'll wait on Ben to add it.
Grandma Ben.
I am waiting on Ben. He always adds the Kim count. 10 of 10 are in. The correct answer here is Israel.
Israel.
Sorry. Israel. It's Israel. I gotta fix the Kim count. Oh boy.
So Universal is just being absolute dicks at this point to the writer strikers. Possibly facing criminal charges. What did they do to mess with the picket line?
I forgot. I actually do need to put a larger cooldown on Kim so that doesn't happen. And Doug, for that matter.
I mean, it depends on
God.
how often I on my little rants, but
No, well, here's the thing about your little rants is usually there's only like one a night, so we're good. And they're spaced out. That's another thing about your rants that I will say, Doug. If you find a subject to isolate on, it's only like in the middle of one round, and then you might say something at the end of trivia, but that's it. Like it's not a constant thing. Oh, you know somebody's gonna come up with something for me for long. It's probably gonna be, what is Lucas eating on camera?
that's actually should be.
Speaking of which, I'm about to order some panda.
Okay.
How the moon landing was fake.
Okay, so let's talk about how the amount of work that would have to be done. No, I'm just kidding. I will say, as far as there's a documentary series, I forget what it's called, on Netflix that covers like the big like conspiracy theories and like tries to debunk them, and the moon landing's one of them. That's actually really good and very, all of it's like data scientific driven. Like how would you, if you were to make this work, how would it work, kind of thing. To kind of like, and the moon landing is like, oh well, you can see the shadows on the blah blah blah, and to have a shadow like that, they would have had to invent laser point LED lights 80 years before they actually existed, and then somehow create like 1,000 of them to be able to fit on a like 5x5 square or something like that.
Which they obviously did.
Right, yeah, I know, right? Hollywood had that kind of power back then.
All right, what do we got?
That's that would be, they trimmed public trees. So the sidewalk that one of the picket lines for Universal is on, there were these big trees that are actually controlled or trimmed and controlled by the city of LA. And Universal went out there and literally just like chopped everything off that created shade. And now the city of LA is looking to sue Universal for destroying city property, because they didn't want these strikers to be marching in the shade anymore.
Mama Fafra just said that broccoli beef is made from panda. and I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm all for that. Yeah.
I thought it was horse. Anyway, speaking of striking, with UPS Teamsters looking to strike, what vital part of their distribution is saying they will stop as well if the Teamsters strike? UPS.
Why do you think pandas are endangered?
UPS. Yeah.
They call it Panda Express for a reason.
True. Also, it's only illegal to eat panda in China. They're not here, so they can't be endangered here. We only have them in zoos.
And we have to return them every once in a while.
Here's your property, China. Have your tiny bear back. Your tiny, lazy, only eats a weird type of wood bear.
Yeah, and we breed them successfully, unlike most of the places in the world. And then they're like, hey, you bred that one, we want it back. And it's like, I mean, cool if you want it to just, all right, whatever.
Honestly, to me, if you ever want to be entertained, go to YouTube and just type in panda zoo handlers. There's like multiple videos. Like there's a bunch of the panda zoos in China where they'll be like raking leaves, and the pandas will like walk around, take their buckets of leaves and drag them off. So they like lift them like tiny children and carry them away, and the pandas will flop and look sad and then come back over and take the bucket again. Like, it's hilarious. Pandas are pure entertainment.
The other part though is like pandas are hyper aggressive in the wild, and like they're lazy as hell. But you like if you run into their in not their enclosures, they're like their area that they exist, and
domain,
they will maul the hell out of you because they want to they want to be lazy as hell. And you interrupt it. Just imagine going into like a gamer addict's basement and unplugging and just the that would happen. So
the correct answer here is the pilots or the air transport.
Yep. So Farmers Insurance has recently stopped offering home and auto in Florida due to increase in natural disasters. What insurance company has just followed suit this week?
One. This is my favorite GIF. It always is. 2. John K said he found AI of Plankton singing a cover of Dream On, and now I need it in my life.
I don't want to play it because I feel like we're gonna get DMCA'd, but
I'm putting it in Discord. You know that.
Oh yeah, I mean we keep getting silenced, even though I double checked Pretzel today, or our Pretzel Rock, and it says that we are safe, like YouTube safe, but we keep getting muted. I'm not sure why.
Dude, I don't get it.
It's probably our singing though, because we like.
It could be that, but they would silence the part. That's the part that confused me. Is Twitch will usually silence the part that's bad. And when I pulled it up the other day, I was like, "Your thing has been silenced." I'm like, "But why?"
I mean, honestly, we could probably just like protest all of them.
We could. It's a lot of work.
I mean, honestly, I think it's just hitting a button and saying like, this is the reason we think it's okay. But the answer is AAA. AAA will no longer offer home or auto insurance in Florida because hurricanes keep screwing everything up.
I mean, I wouldn't insure anything in Florida either.
Nope.
A new study shows an increase in deaths and hospitalizations from liver disease, which is a direct result of what? Yep, nope, this is as amazing as John K said it was. To Discord we go. Everyone should enjoy this. That was pretty good.
Yeah, no, you're right. Hey, remember that time a dude ate someone's face on I-95 in Florida because he was on bath salts?
So if you're curious, Flinky is a member of our racing league. It's like a 16-year-old from Florida, and he sends us the craziest Florida crap ever.
I would love to. Wait, hold on. Quizmaster Caleb, which team are you?
I would also like.
But
yeah.
When I was doing my internship at the jail, so we were doing a substance use group, and it was at that time that dude had eaten someone's face in 1985, And we're like, oh, at the time, the cops had said it's either bath salts, meth, or heroin that like led this guy to do it. And there was someone in our group who was so like adamant that it was aerosolized rabies that made him do it. I'm like, do you realize that aerosolized rabies would be the deadliest bioweapon ever created? Like there's you can't. That's not how rabies works. Hey, that's not how rabies works. Kim was
in Twitch right now, because Kim would be all on board with you about that. Aerosolized rabies would be horrifying.
Yeah, and he was so like. And I'm sitting there like I'm the only one who, well, there's two of us in the room who have mobile phones at the time, and I'm like, literally, I'm like, bro, here is the article saying, like, Florida police are saying it was one of these three things. They haven't tested him yet, but all of the signs point to it. And they don't know what they're talking about. And my response to him was, "When's the last time you went to Florida?" Well, I've never been to Florida, but it's like, yeah. I was like, okay. So have you ever been on meth? No. Have you ever been on heroin? No. Have you ever been on bath salts? No. What are you arrested for? Trafficking marijuana. Bruh.
Oh my goodness.
Bruh.
Those are some different things.
Yeah. But anyway.
The correct answer. Oh, you got it anyway?
No, go for it.
Oh, correct answer is the COVID quarantine. So liver disease increased directly because of COVID quarantine. People stayed home and drank a lot.
Yeah, JK, I used to be a substance abuse counselor. There have been a lot of questions you think you wouldn't ask in your lifetime that I had to ask, and they were so weird. Oh, like the times I've had to ask, what is your preferred method of intake of insert substance here? And the answer that I have gotten, I am not allowed to say in polite company.
Want to do crack? No, sir. No, I do not.
All right. Well.
All right, Bubba. What you got?
That's yours.
No, sir. This is question number 8.
Number 8. Sorry. All right. So this is our wager question. So you have up to 7 points if you have earned them to wager with. If you put 7 in and you haven't earned 7 points yet, it'll wager whatever points you have at the point. So. If you want to go all in, just go all in. Arizona. Correction. The other part is this is a free response. So you have to type in your answer and hit submit. Arizona has recorded 110-degree days, a record number of days in a row. That is to say that it has reached over 110 X number of days in a row. Within 2, either way, so plus or minus 2, how many days had it been in a row as of Wednesday? Today they did reach over 110, but I wrote this question yesterday, so I didn't want to be like, hey, I don't know, maybe it'll be 109. It'll be 109 today just to give me the middle finger, like.
Nuts, man, how hot it's been. I'm trying to remember.
I asked this question to one of my clients today who's like a big traveler, like, who lives in Arizona? And her response immediately was like, people who are trying to hide from stuff. And I was like, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, okay.
I've heard there's nice golf there when it's not hot. One of the guys in our racing league is from Texas, and I think he said the other day it was like 112. It's too hot.
I have been
hot tub.
I have been in 110 plus degree weather. I was in the Middle East. I lived on an island in just off the coast of Saudi Arabia. They're like, there was we were surrounded by like the Gulf. There was a reason it was that hot.
Dude, all I know is that 95 degrees at 70% humidity in Rockingham makes you want to die. I melted today. Part of me. And part of my soul.
Today I found out about the wet bulb test.
What?
The wet bulb test, or sorry, the what is it called? Damp bulb test is in the military. The combat medic puts out this little tripod with a little like reader on the top of it, and it measures how hot it is, like what the ambient temperature in the sun is, and then they cover it with this like cotton sock essentially, and they soak that cotton so that when the air blows across it, it like measures the humidity and how hot the relative humidity temperature is. And if the wet bulb is the same as the dry bulb, it's 100% humidity. There's a little chart. There's a little chart, and it says like, okay, so if it's 80% humidity at this temperature, people can work for X number of hours before they're mandated to take a break. And then they take the same measurements in the shade, so that you can be like, okay, well, like everyone, hey, go in the shade because it's 20 degrees cooler or whatever it is. But the reason they do that is because the reason we sweat is because our pee, and legitimately your sweat is your pee. It comes from the same like area. The same thing that produces sweat is the same thing that puts pee in your bladder. So it's pee that like covers your skin. Is the reason we sweat is because when air blows over water, it removes heat faster. But if it's wet air blowing over water, nothing like leaves. You're just hot as hell, and the wind blows and you're still hot as hell. So that was a thing. And then they were talking about how several governors have released or removed mandated water breaks and stuff like that. But so to say, like the I didn't know the damp bulb test existed. There's legitimately like a bulb on top of this thing. It's hilarious. It looks like a light bulb. They just cover in little like, and it looks like if you took like a bunch of like little cotton balls and just like sewed them together and just like bloop. That's what it looks like. But anyway, the answer is 19 days. It has been 19 days in a row. Well, it's 20 as of today that Arizona has 110 plus degree weather days in a row.
Hard pass.
Which is just stupid. But moving on.
Hard pass. Wait, sweat is pee?
Yeah, sweat is pee.
Yeah, no, I know.
Well,
no humidity.
Correction, it's filtered pee through another gland that produces it, but it all comes from the same place. Which is why when you get dehydrated.
So I thought Quizmaster was the Aussie team. I figured that, and that's amazing. I'm glad it made it to overseas.
But that's also one of the like when you get dehydrated, the reason you don't pee is because the pee that you would excrete has turned into sweat.
That's fair. All right, we're skipping the scoreboard as we usually do in the second round and rolling right on through, even though we're ahead of schedule compared to how we usually are. And moving on into the Family Feud round. It's been a while since we've done one of these.
It's been a while.
We're asked this question. Top 3 answers are on the board, so you're looking for one of the top 3 answers. You want to try to get the most popular, but if you can think of an answer, type it in, and it will assign you points based on where you ranked in the little scoreboard of Family Feud. Higher points for a more popular answer. First one, other than feet, name something that runs.
I don't know how Ryan fixed this because I don't know how this scoring thing works, but he did it.
We're just gonna let it roll because Ryan set it up, and you will get points based on the most popular answer according to Ryan.
And he came back and said that the more popular answer.
Bunghole just got a bunch of points for that answer. So.
Yep.
Yeah. No. And yep. So you're getting the most popular answer isn't the one that's shown to us. It's the one that Apollo Bunghole put in is the most popular. See how if you hover over it, it has
let's see that. Yeah.
So they're getting more. That's what it is. I like it.
Right.
This is working.
All right,
that was beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. Good job. Tied for
number 1. What do we have?
We have the toilet or water.
Tied at number 2, we have
the car or an engine.
And tied at number 3, we have
the fridge or the refrigerator.
All right.
Kim said she was going to put a duck, and you know what that means, Doug? You know what that means.
I'm waiting. Yeah. All right.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Wait, what? What was that?
They're not being, but the queen. rise to the top.
Oh yeah. All right, sorry. Soundboard has to make its appearance.
I need Steiner math somehow. It's
Wait,
Smith.
we have
No,
Steiner math.
no. I
Really?
want Homestar Runner Steiner math.
Oh, dude, I thought we
And
had
that
actual stuff.
and that spells disaster for Samoa Joe.
The numbers don't lie,
Lie.
and they
And it
spell
spells
disaster.
disaster for Samoa Joe. So name
sorry.
something. There are 3 answers on the board. Name something that people tend to fall out of.
Air Freets earlier said, "Is that a something pennant?" And I meant to go back to it and I forgot.
I think it was like
Is that a Washington SCC pennant? Air Freets, what pennant were you talking about? Were you talking about my pennant?
that would be the Hurricanes.
So that is the Carolina Hurricanes. It's a little logo, but I am curious. I'm curious if there's another one. See, I looked because my Atlanta Braves World Series one is over there, but you can't see it. Sports.
Sports ball.
I have learned so much today. I love staying, and it's been a while since I could
So
hold my head up. I'm sorry.
Disturbed is going on tour with Breaking Benjamin as their opening act, and I really want to go see that.
Oh, I got the email for Disturbed going on tour because they're one of my favorite bands, and I love Breaking Benjamin. And then since
favorite
John K started this.
Oh, just shut up and drive, dude.
Anyway,
that is the other one is my favorite. That's my second favorite. What is my favorite though?
Doug's favorite is a person who he thinks should play Duke Nukem in the remake of the game, and that is our own Canadian member of the Racing League, Jeremy McKinnon, because of
Jesus says send them.
Doug thinks that's the most beautiful thing ever.
That is Duke Nukem, 100%. So name something people fall out of. In first, the number 1 answer would be trees. Number 2, love, and 3 is bed.
Name something, top 3 answers on the board, that gets pumped up. Name something that gets pumped up. We want
Lucas,
to
bump you up.
Yes, Douglas. I've been trying to figure out a way to clip myself playing the bad guy in Legend of Legia during my Arnold Schwarzenegger voice.
Oh yeah.
Human.
We are going to come and destroy your tree. Let me bring you.
Genesis tree, look at my giant monster, your puny walls. If anyone's curious, I've been doing a retro game.
What makes you think your wall's going to defend you from my people?
I've been streaming a PS1 retro game, and I decided that the bad guy in the first act was going to be Arnold for some reasons.
It works out so well though. Well, he's a mini boss though.
He is, which scares me. The top answer on the board, something you pump up, is a tire. The second answer on the board is a balloon, and the final answer, we got to accept Ozzy's answer, even though it's not how we spell it. That is correct. And the third answer, least most popular, is a ball. Good job, guys. Actually, really impressed. Balloons a type of nope, not on the board.
All right.
No, it is on the board. I just pluralized it. I'll count that one as correct. I'm dumb.
Name a weather condition that would be a good name for a wrestler.
Why can't we just get rid of the letter Y or I and just permanently substitute
Balloon?
One for the other.
No.
Balloon.
That's
You
like
should've got it right,
balloon.
Ben. I went back and corrected it.
Balloon.
I think I went back and corrected it, Ben, right at the last second. So you're Apollo Bunghole, right, Ben? If you're Apollo Bunghole, I got the check mark. You got the points, I promise.
Okay, so I want to ride around now. Names. No, I'm sorry. Names that a wrestler can have that a porn star can also have. Look at the answers.
Samoa Joe.
Look at the answers.
Do
you not see it?
Oh. That's a fair point. That is a fair point, sir. This is your question. I think all answers are in.
The rated R superstar himself, actually not really, but at the first spot we have Tornado. Second spot is Storm, tied with Stormy Daniels. And the last one, Thunderstorm or Thunder.
Thunder.
The Thunder Down Under.
Top 3 answers are on the board. Name a place that's filled with people who don't want to be there.
Oh, I need to check this first before.
Not trivia.
What is a family reunion?
Something you don't want to go to in West Virginia?
Kentucky. I got kin in the hills of Kentucky, and they look exactly like what you think kin from the hills of Kentucky
Don't you
look
be-
like.
Don't you be talking about my kin?
I don't know, my
Because
kin.
you know what? You know
that-
what? Hard times. Oh, okay.
Oh.
I believe John just got kicked from trivia.
I mean, I don't want to be.
Would you like to know? Hold on. Would you like to know what school John K supports, Doug?
I'm either
The
gonna
Big
say.
Blue.
I'm either gonna say no. I have two answers
What
for
was your
this.
guess? What's your guess? Okay.
Either one, it's UVA,
It's not.
or two, it's what do you think?
Alabama.
It doesn't matter what you think.
It doesn't matter what you think. The correct answer is Michigan, and I may be pronouncing this incorrect, and I'm not, but I'm pretty sure Appalachian State beat Michigan, and then Tech beat Appalachian State 66-10. Also, Danny Cole caught it in the Sugar Bowl, and Tech beat Michigan in the Sugar Bowl. And me and Doug would have fought Michigan fans in the street of New Orleans over it because they were dicks. But anyway,
They tried to start it. I will point out, we were being very good people. Like we were keeping our mouths shut.
we're good
We-
band members.
We were being good band because we were told at the very beginning. Because I almost got in trouble at the beginning of the year.
They would send us home
No, I almost
with
got.
the
I
Virginia
almost
Tech credit card.
because what was that? The beginning of that year was the what was our neutral site game? It was
If that was 2011, right?
yeah, it was
Our neutral site game would have been the Alabama kickoff game in Georgia.
yes, that was it. There was some Alabama football fan who like shoulder checked me while we were walking out as a group, and I took exception to that.
I took exception.
And I just yelled out like I did the New York thing like I'm walking here, asshole. And I had Razor grab me by the collar and just like horse collar that he would have been flagged on that. He horse collared the hell out of me. And then I was told very specifically by Dave several weeks later when we went to the Sugar Bowl, Doug, you are a role model to some of these freshmen. And I was like, there's no way in hell I am, but all right, Dave, keep talking. He's like, there's gonna be no fighting on this trip. I'm like, I haven't even been in a fight yet. Like, you keep talking like I'm a street fighter. And then you and I were walking down, minding our own business, having a great time. There were so many fans. There were so many Michigan fans who were so great, who were just
So
like,
polite.
oh my, you guys played great. It was awesome. Like we loved like the songs you played. Just like, oh, you know, go Tech marching band, blah blah blah. And we were so happy. And then there was those guys. And if I could go back and fix something in my life, it would be curb stomping them on Bourbon Street.
I did want to do that. I'm not gonna lie.
I wanted to reenact American
mad.
History X on this guy. He was also a white guy, by the way, so it wasn't racist. He's just, well, there was several of them. They were all white guys, but I just wanted like,
We need to clarify this part. It was gonna be white on white violence.
have you seen American History X? I didn't want,
It's been a long time, but I know what you meant.
but yeah, I didn't want to make it seem like there was a bunch of guys who I wanted to create racial hate crimes
Thank
against.
you, Ben. Thank you.
You're moving on.
Number one, Doug. Mama Pfeffer asked about a tag team match. I haven't watched wrestling, but I'll let you answer that after. Top answer on the board was prison or jail. Those of you who put jail, I have corrected it. You got points. The second answer was hell. For all of you that put church, shame on you. It's the opposite of church. And the final answer is, Doug, put your hand down. The final answer is meetings or work. Although I will say, to Quizmaster, I agree. School should have been on the board.
Yes. So,
Oh, Lord.
having a bird poop on you is bad, but imagine if blank could fly. Top 3 answers on the board.
Here, Freets, we work at school. That's a fair point, but you should just put work then.
All right, take us over for a second.
Oh, it's only me. Oh no, that's not good. I don't know what to do with my hands. Kim, help. No, I'm kidding. Oh, this is having a bird poop on you. Okay, I'm just checking this question now because he read it. I don't want anything that shouldn't be flying to fly because that's terrifying. And everyone's got this correct so far. I do know that the stereotypical answer was there, but everyone has put a variation of the top 3 answers. This is impressive. Can we go 100% on this question? I'm curious. Ben, I'm disappointed in you. I almost put church for the last one. There was church on there. I would much rather go to church. I enjoy church, as we all know. So there's that. Yep, nope, that's correct. Got 9 of 10, and no one has missed it yet. Apollo Bunghole, this on you, which I'm pretty sure is Ben. So Ben, don't screw this up. At least I hope it's Ben. Everybody's got this answer correct so far. All we're missing is Apollo Bunghole, who's just a little slow. And I think that's because he was too busy trying to let me know that he'd rather go to work than church. Yeah, no, that's Ben. Ben, put in your answer.
Answer is number 1
There
is
you go.
elephants. Number 2, cows, and last is pigs.
And Ben put dogs, and it said he cheated. Ben, not only did you get it wrong,
But you
but
cheated
some
and get
other
it
site.
wrong.
For all of you who are new here, if you navigate away, we forgot to mention this. If you
Yeah.
navigate off of trivia, it will give you a violation. We're pretty lenient about that, unless we go through a whole round and we see like violation, and you've aced the whole category. We're gonna stop giving you credit. So the big thing is Doug always puts it. Yeah, so that's how it says you cheat, John. Answer the question. Then go do whatever you do. But let's be honest. Why wouldn't you be watching the entertainment that is us probably about to get more inebriated? And he's twiddling his mustache again. I guess I suck at shit. Ladies and gentlemen, top 3 answers are on the board. Name something that might have nuts in it.
I'm kind of sad that potato salad isn't an answer in any of these. Just from Family Guy, show me potato salad.
Yep.
I was looking at porn stars. China. China's one of them.
I'm sure that Dusty Rhodes is one of them.
That sounds. Is that like grandma porn or something?
I don't want to talk about it.
The Dusty Road.
Hot times.
Remember that time that there was a sex video of Paige and Xavier Woods?
Nope.
Yes.
So,
thank
ladies and
you,
gentlemen,
Quizmaster
answers are
Caleb.
my family is on the
He
correct
brought it
answer
up.
here. My answer, number 1, is candy. Number 2, cookies. And number 3 is brownies. I'm going through. Yeah, I'm fixing
I need-
your mouth. I'm counting Snickers.
I
I'm
need
counting chocolate.
I need a 50-50 of is this a porn video
Counting
title
M&Ms.
or made up? And all
cheating
of them will be. Oh my god.
Cheating girlfriend is my new favorite answer, and I'm giving half credit. I don't even care.
No, I need full credit on that one. That is
Full credit?
100%.
Full credit. Score is correct.
Send
A
it.
cheating girlfriend is correct. Send it. I read the Aussie guy's answer, which is fruitcake, and all I could think was, what movie am I quoting in my head, Doug?
Don't make me
It's
say
always
it.
Remember the Titans.
Don't make me
It's
say
always
it.
Remember the
It's always
Titans.
don't. I
They throw the ball at Sunshine.
I always
Sunshine
feel-
chucks it, hits the dude in the head, and he turns around and he goes, so what does he says? Look at the fruitcake over there. And again, Julius turns around and goes, a fruitcake, huh? After he hits him in the head with a football.
I feel so bad. Like just
man.
that high school is literally like 20 minutes from me. They're not
I
called
know.
they're not called TC Williams anymore. So actually, my sperm donor's wife's ex-husband played on that team. On the
Dear Lord.
no, sorry, he didn't play on that team. He played the team. So in the championship, you know how it was like a close game or whatever. That was like a mid-season game.
Yeah, I know.
That
I
yeah.
remember they.
Well, so like the what's this? What you know? The relation was on that team, and he's like, yeah, it was a close game, and we were the only team that played them close all year, and then we didn't make playoffs because that was like the only good game we played that year. And
Yeah.
yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah. So
All right, bring the Family Feud round home.
top 3 answers on the board. Name something you probably shouldn't send in an email.
If you're all wondering, there is no wager this round. It's just the Family Feud round.
Just Family
50.
Feud.
Oh Lord, the 50-50 round will also operate that way,
Hmm.
and you'll generally know
Let me
that there's no wager.
double check that one. Make
I
sure
know
I got.
there's no wager on the 50-50. And
Okay.
oh, I see what you mean.
Let me double check.
I
I
think I-
didn't.
Yeah. That you didn't set it up that way.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Oh yeah,
here.
we're good.
That-
We're good.
Correct, pen waste. Very good. We had it as plural, but that's correct.
If
That
we're
was
gonna
fun.
we're gonna play the Babe Ruth game.
Calling your shot.
Call my shot.
Trying to. I'm actually gonna give Apollo Bunghole credit for this because I quit. The named Bunghole has bowed out. That is correct. I guess just me. That is correct. Picks of Yawns. Oh Lord. So I got credit to
That's-
everybody except for Scraps and T. Sorry, Scraps and T, and unnamed Bunghole who quit, and that Aussie guy sadly. Mama Fafro just dehydrated me.
I'm gonna give it to him. I'm gonna give
dehydrated anyone.
a half credit cut to Ozzy.
Okay, I agree. I support that. Mama
Actually,
Fafro
I'm
just
gonna give
dehydrated the two of us.
quarter credit because that makes it less than anyone
Yeah,
else.
I see where you're going. I see where you're going with it. I
Right.
like it. Where's the 50-50 round? Because I'm about to do
It's
something.
round 4.
Is it round 4? Okay, so
Yeah.
since Mom Fafro dehydrated me, and that's the first time I've ever seen her spend points on that, I'm gonna honor it. Give them the correct answer while I do the thing.
Number 1, nudes. Naked picture your penis or vagina. Number 2 is your passwords, and number 3 is your social security number. We also give credit for your credit card number, but also at a much lower rate.
Duck.
All right, with that, let's go to our scores. In first place, we have Apollo Bunghole, 29.658. Second place, Unnamed Bunghole, 29.085. Bunghole Prospect Tour at 27. At 24.455. That Aussie guy, 22.581. Pen Waste, 19.259. Scraps the Scrappy Yorkie at 17.035. Luke
Love it.
to Goat, 16.253. I guess just me, IDK, 15.275. And Bunghole Recovery and Interior Laboratory Braille, 13.869. If you are discouraged by these scores, do not be. We have seen people go from first to last in literally a wager question. Like one question.
And
It's-
currently Ben's in first. He's been well known to throw points away.
Yeah, I have seen Ben go from first to last.
I have. For sure. And also the wagers make a big difference. I'm not drunk enough to be good at this yet. You know how to fix that problem, except you can't. That's up to you.
There we go.
All right, that's it. That's done. We move on to the next round, which is less than famous mascots. For this round, I'm going to show you a picture. So everybody, look at your phone. You're going to see a picture. You give the name of a mascot, or I'll show you a picture and give you the name of a mascot. You tell me what that mascot is for. So first one, the little green alien named
Oh, these are hold on.
Droid.
One second. These
What's
are
up?
very
What's up?
these are general things. These are not specific. So
Oh.
like we're not looking for Bug Droid from Android. We're looking for like the general your answers for all of these will either be technology company, restaurant, college, or sports team.
Ah, there you go.
All
Look at you.
every answer will be these. So we're not looking for specific
I
companies.
I agree with Quizmaster. You
That's-
gave that one away for free because you said Android.
That's 100% because I realized that
Yeah.
like
So to
because
everybody
it would-
out there,
it would-
good
it would-
technology company.
it would take time to
Yeah. So yeah, the basic description there is you have 4 options: technology company, which I didn't realize as I read it, restaurant, college, or sports team. Everybody got the first one correct because Doug did give it away for free intentionally. That is Android or technology company.
I'll still take the hit. I'll still take the hit on free, but just to give you the rest of the round. I was under the impression, because we had talked about this previously, that it was like mascots we didn't know the names of, because Reddit's mascot has a name. I did not know that until I looked it up. But
And Doug uses Reddit a lot.
yesterday was my cake day. It's fine. But moving on.
It's all you, brother.
How about this nightmare fuel named Gritty?
He is not nightmare fuel. He is beautiful, and if you do not follow him on Instagram,
he's
you should.
amazing. He is so
He's hilarious.
fantastic.
He is
I love
hilarious.
everything about him. I am not. I don't even.
Doug,
What?
I'm going to propose something.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. It went out the window. Up to that point, until Bunghole Prospector locked in, we were going at a full clip of 100% correct for over 2 answers.
I'm gonna ask
So
for.
I was,
I'm gonna ask for. Oh, we can't do clarification.
No.
No.
That was just a swing and a miss.
Yeah.
Oh well, I almost got there. How dare every time
He-
dare you?
He's wearing a hockey helmet and gloves. How and a jersey
love-
sweater. Sorry. How do you
I
not
love-
like?
I love Gritty.
I
He's
hate
so good.
I hate everything about the state of Pennsylvania. Every single
And the
thing.
Flyers for that matter, but
No. Every single thing about the state of Pennsylvania. The Flyers, the Pirates, the Penguins, the Steelers. Like literally everything about the state of Pennsylvania sucks. Gritty,
But-
on the other hand,
is a national treasure.
stands alone. He is a national treasure. Anyone who wants to go at him, he has to go through me first.
Let's go!
And I'm an Avalanche fan. Like I will.
And I'm a Hurricanes fan.
I will
I
sit-
love Stormy, but Gritty. Gritty is it.
I will. Bernie, like I will stand between Bernie and Gritty. Like
Gritty is him. So after our ranting, if you didn't figure it out, what is that, Doug?
that's Gritty, the Philadelphia Flyers mascot, which is a sports mascot. So
Sports team. What about this goofy looking dude called the Noid? Oh god, the Noid. The Philly Fanatic is like the PG version of Gritty. Like the Fanatic does some funny things.
Yeah, he does.
but he's kind of the PG version, I would say.
I'm used to the gif of him doing like the Macarena with the girl next to him, and then he like lifts his like shirt, and like
Yeah.
she follows the motion with her hands, and then she looks over and she's like, "How dare you, sir?"
Yeah. Correct answer here. The Noid was developed by Domino's in the 80s. So that's a restaurant.
Do you know what the Noid was was a counter to?
If I were going to take a shot in the dark, because I used to know some of the Lord of the Noid, but I've forgotten it somewhere in the annals of my brain.
I will tell you, it's not pizza related.
I would have guessed it was Mac Tonight and would have been McDonald's.
Nope. It is drink related. I'll give you that much.
Who has a mascot and drinks?
There
It
are
was the 80s.
there are video
AFC doesn't have a mascot.
there are video games based on it.
I'm going through drinks in my head and trying to tie them into video games. Nope. I got nothing.
Pepsi.
Brain is. Pepsi
Pep-
has a.
Pepsi Man. Pepsi Man looks like Frozone.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he has video
I did
games.
not
It's
know
like
that.
the Pepsi Man Run. But the
I
Noid.
see it now.
Yeah, the Noid was the response to Pepsi Man, because Domino's was a Coke company and Pizza Hut was a Pepsi company, and so they were trying to, because Pizza Hut didn't have a mascot. I was just knowing out Pizza's the Hut or whatever they're, which I miss old school Pizza Hut, like the because CC's Pizza.
Old school commercials in general were just better.
Well, no, because like old school Pizza Hut was the pizza bar, and then they stopped that, and then CC's took that over and did it worse. And so like Pizza Hut being a Pepsi company, Domino's was like, well, we have something better, because Pizza Hut didn't have they're always like the Noid in the background of like Domino's commercials, because Pizza Hut was like, we're a Pepsi company and we have Pepsi Man. And then PlayStation 1 came out like 10 years later and made Pepsi Man the running mascot or whatever. It was one of those. It was one of those discs you could get in a magazine, in a PlayStation magazine.
I got you.
So, yay, more nightmare fuel. The Spong Monkeys. I don't know how to say that name.
Be Sponge.
Sponge Monkeys? Spong Monkeys? Spunk
I
Monkeys?
assume that was supposed to be pronounced the Sponge Monkeys, but it does say Spong. And that's correct spelling. He didn't screw that up.
No.
Secondly,
I'm upset that this place closed.
at Tech, or just the place that replaced it way better, but I love Marco and Lucas. Nah, do not Marco and Lucas. That is the best dumpling place there is.
No, I'm not saying Marco Lucas is not as good or better or any of that. What I'm saying is,
because you miss Quiznos.
If those,
it's not 10 of 10s in.
It's fine.
God.
If those two existed next to each other, I'd be happy. Because Marco Lucas, I will fight people on Marco Lucas. That is the best dumpling place ever.
It's so good.
I keep trying to bring Allie to McAdoo's, but
McAdoo's is so good, dude.
But she wants to go after games, so it's like there's a 4-hour wait, and it's like,
no, bro, go on a Saturday when none's going on at Tech. Come to North Carolina to Boone and go to McAdoo's in State.
Go on a Sunday. Go like it does. Like there are times I've told her, like, let's just go. Like let's go to a game. Go back to the hotel, stay the night, and then we'll have like lunch at McAdoo's the next day. Yeah. Like yes, it's a 3.5-4-hour drive, but like you can also start the drive out on a full stomach, and like. So we are going. We haven't bought our tickets yet. I'm on the 1st, but we will be at the Purdue Tech game.
That's for the Purdue game, right?
Yep.
Oh, it's the Batman glass. I think Ben posted the. Yep, I have those at my parents' house somewhere. Ben, That's the Riddler ones. So awesome.
That'd be a restaurant. That's Quiznos, which you already gave up, but yeah, it's fine. Go for it.
Yeah, 10 of 10 was in. John K, yes, I remember all of the Burger King games. I had them on 3 because there was like a collection. Because they had like 10 of them that were like unique.
Well, it was like the King Kart Racing, Sneak King, and I forgot what the other one was, but yeah, there was a couple
games.
They were full. You can buy them now for like hundreds of dollars, which is bonkers.
Are
to
you
me.
serious?
Yeah.
I have those somewhere. You can find them.
Find them if they're playable.
Unless you guys give the answers away. Yeah, no, that's a legit strat quiz. The problem is that you lose points for time. The faster you are, the more points you get. So yeah, you can guarantee a point at the end of the round, maybe. But what about this cutie named Zynga? But yeah, the faster you click in, the more points you are getting. So speed can be crucial. I think we have a 3-point bonus. So timer starts at 40 seconds and it just ticks down.
Yeah, you can start at. If you answer immediately somehow, that's 4 points. And then it starts doing,
Speed is key. Junke gets it.
I have the need for speed.
For speed. I'm so excited to go watch the new Gran Turismo movie.
It looks good.
It's
I
got
was
good actors in it.
I
it
was
looks
curious-
good, and it's my lifelong dream.
I was curious how they were going to do that. How they were going to do like a Gran Turismo. I'm like, it's a racing game. Like you go on a track, you go around. I forgot that the Gran Turismo competition existed back in the day, and that was a real thing. And I'm like, yeah, I 100% want to watch that now. Because I thought it was going to be like one of those when they like if they did like a Need for Speed movie, and like, oh, we're going to do it like Driver, and it's going to be like action and adventure and like bust through windows, and for some reason a car's driving in space. Kind of, no, it's like legitimately the story of like the kid who won the Gran Turismo tournament to become a professional driver.
Which is what me and John K urge to do every day by driving on iRacing. Eventually, someone from NASCAR will call us.
Hey,
We will
do
drive in
you want
circles.
to join the spot? Like, you want to do a spa team? Like, let's run spa. Like, fuck it.
No, Douglas, you do not spa team 20. So me and John
The-
were
the
going to
20
do a 24-hour.
The 24-hour spa. I will do it.
You have to practice that.
I
You
can't-
have to practice it for like 3 weeks
I'll
beforehand, so you actually know the course.
I will practice it for 20 minutes before start, and I will be the lead off, and you guys can make up for what I fuck up. It's fine.
What will happen is you will immediately wreck, and we'll have 20 minutes of repairs, and then we will run last for the next 24 hours. And let me tell you something, it is not fun to be in last. I did it at the 24 hours of Daytona. Shout out my team that we ran all 24 hours at Daytona this year and finished close to the top 50. Yeah, it didn't work well for us at Watkins Glen. John K was my 6 hours at the Glen teammate. Sadly, our teammate got wrecked, and we had practiced for that one. But anyway.
Honestly, like
Pinway, Chase, are you still here?
I'm working my way up to actually be able to join your teams on those. So that I actually
That's the thing, is that it would be beneficial for us to do that together because it averages our I rating when we enter things like that.
and seeing as my I rating for ovals is about 700 right now.
Yep.
Yep.
John K was the fastest car at Watkins Glen. It was sad. I'm going to assume that Chase has gone off to do something for the rest of the night. Penway shall be disqualified until they return. What you got for this one?
Qualified.
Oh, wait, it was me, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This is a technology company, which is Zynga Games,
For those of you who do not know Zynga,
which I know, but I can't remember.
Zynga is known for such things as Farmville,
Candy Crush?
Farmville 2, Empire and Puzzles, Merge Dragon, Toon Blast. Sorry. 1010 or 1010 or whatever. Words with Friends.
That's it. Words with Friends.
Hold on. What's the one people would probably know? Farmville is probably the big one.
Words with Friends was really big. So
Yeah, Words with Friends
apparently
too.
Golf Rival, which is the one I play now, is one of their games as well.
Solitaire, Spider Solitaire, Toon Blast.
Apparently their Wizard of Oz game, which
yeah.
is basically like a jewel match. You know, we're done here. They do
Whatever.
weird mobile games.
Next
But
question.
he did the profile of his dog as the image, which is kind of cool.
What about this crazy wheat guy, Wushak?
Wushak.
Woosa.
Oosa. Let's. Oh, I accidentally minimized Twitch. That thing looks so weird.
Wu-Tang?
No, Doug. No.
JK. Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang.
Or if you're Tyrod Taylor.
Break the U, baby. That's right.
Did you see Florida did a walk-off home run against Miami and won the game? The guy going from third to home threw up the U, broke it over his knee, and got charged by a Miami.
Yeah, Miami.
And it broke out. I was so proud. I don't like Miami. I don't like Florida. It doesn't matter. Like, whatever. Screw the Gators. But the fact that he hit a walk-off home run, like he embarrassed you guys, and doing
then he
like
broke the U.
and then breaking the U, like it's literally just like a hand gesture. Like I get it. Like what? Like oh, like honestly, if someone did like the VT and like broke it, or sorry, the VT and like broke over the knee or whatever. Like I cool, whatever. Yeah. Move on with life. But for some reason, that's a charge the field moment.
All right. I can't hear you if you are talking. I assumed you muted on purpose.
No, I actually accidentally hit my so this thing.
Yeah, the mic,
If
the pop filter. There we go.
If I hit it too hard, it hits the guard is literally on the button.
No, that wasn't a rant, John K. When we were in band at Tech, we had a drum cadence, and the drum cadence would go da 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 da. So the band members obviously would take whatever team we were playing that day, for example UVA, and say U
V
A.
Can
Suck it.
Because Degeneration X.
Yep, that is correct. Anyway, what's the correct answer for here?
Correct
Because a lot
answer
of
is
people might have an
college.
argument.
Wichita State. Ushak.
Is a college, even though this is most likely him in his basketball garb.
I mean, sport. So this is where I want to
first.
It's a college first. I want to correct Ryan's part. I looked this over and I saw where this. I will say this is the one question,
Flexible
one flexible one. I'm not going to give it to. I will give it to sports teams. This is the one I will give though, because
you're gonna give this one. All right, that's fair.
Because the other ones. Well, because like, have you ever been to an engineering test and the Hokey Bird shows up?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
However, I will say that while I'm at an engineering test, there are at least 75% of the room will have a Hokey Bird on some part of their body.
That's true, but like, is the Hokey Bird sitting there cheering you on like
The Hokey Bird didn't show up at my wedding,
ENGINE?
which was not a sporting event.
That was super cool.
It was awesome.
Also, for some reason, I got targeted out to get doubles at your wedding, and I don't know why.
You get doubles?
Yeah. No, I went up to the bar a couple times.
Yeah.
And then eventually they're like, "Oh, you want doubles?" It's like, I hadn't ordered doubles all night, like at all. I had shown up and I was like, "Hey, can I have a beer? Hey, can I have like, rum straight? Hey, can I have rum and coke? Hey, I had no point that I asked for a double.
I wanted you to double fist.
At some point they were like, "You want a double, right?" It's like, "Oh, what?" And then I would get a Coors Light and a rum and coke to double fist, and I was like, I know this. It was an open bar to a point. Like there was.
As I recall, we didn't have. I didn't think we had liquor. I thought we just had beer. But I don't know.
You had liquor. You didn't have liquor at the
reception.
The cocktail hour.
Gotcha.
There was liquor at the thing itself. So after I had been doing Coors Light or Bud Light or whatever the light was, like at the cocktail hour, started walking up to the thing at the thing during the dancing, wedding, reception, whatever. Like, "Oh, you want doubles, don't you?" And like, what led you to believe that I mean, I appreciate it 100%, but anyway, moving on.
How about this fish skeleton named Mysterious Fish? Kind of on the nose, don't you think? Yeah, no,
that's of course Ben has that. What's that be worth, like $10,000 or something?
Well, I'm telling you, those glasses got to be worth big money. It's the same thing as we have the Star Wars Mountain Dew Pepsi and like Diet Pepsi cans that they made that had all the Star Wars characters from the prequels. I have those at my parents' house. Qui-Gon Jinn was on a Mountain Dew.
I had the Naboo Fighter Lego set.
Ooh.
And for $15-20 more, I could have gotten what was it? Sebulba, Anakin, and Ben Quadranero set. But my parents said, "That's too much money." I recently looked that up, and it is $3,000 if you had the original set.
Ooh,
Open or not,
crap.
as long as it had the instruction manual. And I was like,
That is nuts.
$45. My parents could have made so much more.
It's the Gold Yoda. Yep. There's somewhere, Ben. We had them all stacked in my parents' basement, and I know they got moved to the NASCAR room, which is where my dad has all his cars and stuff. So we have them somewhere, I think.
All right,
Suddenly,
answer.
restaurant seems like a good answer. The correct answer here is sports team, oddly enough. Japanese baseball team, the Chiba Lotte Mariners, have one of the creepiest and most transformative mascots in sports. The
Chiba.
mysterious fish. Whatever, I accidentally clicked, so I can't read whatever else the
that's
note
fine.
said.
Yeah, it's the anglerfish, the one that has little light on its head. Yeah.
Yep, it's an anglerfish and spits out dead skeletons fish during games. Holy crap.
So for the curveball, the last question, give me the official name of the Twitter bird. I don't know if Musk has changed it or not, but
That's what it used to be.
since we know it, since the most recent time that we have known what it's called, what is the name of the Twitter bird? I'm sad that he didn't pick the Reddit bot.
I know, but
'Cause okay, for those of you who don't know, the Reddit, the little Reddit bot in the top right corner, if you get on it, is called Snoop.
ooh, death by snoo snoo.
SNOO. That was both my and Lucas's reaction was death by Snoop Snoop.
Death by snoo snoo. I do not read it nearly enough. See, Quizmaster knew it.
I was going through Reddit. I was going through the iRacing subreddit for a while because it was all like the, hey, what are like good setups for this? What are good like? It was all the, hey, I'm trying to pick a car for this multi-car race. I'm trying to pick a setup. I'm trying to like figure out a good, like, what's the brake differential, yada yada yada. And now it's, whose fault is this? And very obviously, it's like someone like clips him in the back. It's like,
Yeah, the sim racing stewards is a big thing on there where they go through and analyze wrecks and assign blame or talk about how it was pretty much both people's fault, yada yada yada. I got 9 and 9. What's the Twitter bird called?
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird. I'd like to say that Kim said its name was Steve Jobs because apparently Apple owns Twitter.
Owned Twitter.
Yeah.
Well, with
All
that,
right.
go before we go into the 50-50, let's give you Paulo Bunghole at 50.6, Bunghole Prospect 45.2, 43.8, Unnamed Bunghole 41.4, oh, 49, 41.5. That Aussie guy 39.2. I guess just me, IDK 34. Bunghole Recovery and Interior Laboratory Braille 31.7. York's Scraps the Scrappy Yorkie 30.071, and Luke to Goat 24.86, which brings us to our famous 50-50 round. Lucas, do you want to explain how this is going to work as I set up the timer?
I shall do it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are new here, welcome. This is the famous 50-50 round, as Doug's pointed out. Your job this round is to answer the question as fast as possible, and it's called a 50-50 round because you get one of two choices, basically a yes or no question, a this or that. And the idea is to finish this round in a preset timer. If you finish that preset timer, you see our beautiful shot glasses, they'll fill back up. They never lasted this long. Oh, Doug has a mic. See, normally I would have a red, white, and berry. We already stocked that. But the point is, we will take some form of punishment to congratulate you on speeding through the round. Not only does it do that, congratulations, John. But I invented this round back in the day when Doug and I couldn't finish trivia in under 3 hours because it just kind of sped up trivia. But the punishment seems to be a thing that people like. So we do that thing because it's fun to just make us drink. So the idea, finish it in the time limit. If you get done right at the timer, there are 8 questions. This is where it becomes important to try to answer it correctly. If you get more than 50% as a unit correct, we will give you a second back on the timer. So you can actually go 8 seconds over the timer and still win. Other than that, answer it to the best of your ability, and that will be it.
I will tell you now. I looked over these questions. They are somewhat easy. I will tell it for a younger audience. Do not think of sequels, prequels, and all that bullshit. We're talking about originals here. So, with that, I am only giving you a minute and 50 seconds.
And normally we're at like 2.5 minutes. So Doug has shaved your time down immensely.
So you better be. I'm not joking around. This is going to be you need to be on the ball for this one.
So this was my round. I always do the 50-50s. I don't know how it worked out that way. It's probably because I'm the laziest of the group. Back in the day, I'm going to read you this twice, and then we're going to rock and roll. Back in the day, a lot more games could only be purchased on one console. They were called exclusives. Given a game title, can you tell us if it was an exclusive for the original Xbox or the PlayStation 1? We're going to start off with the game Halo. Now, like I said, given a title, can you tell me if it was an exclusive on the original Xbox or the PlayStation 1, starting off with Halo Combat Evolved? There we go.
Go. You have
All
a
right, so Doug
minute and
will
50
end the
seconds.
question. We'll basically
When we hit
auctioneer this.
9.
We have 4, we have 5, we have 6.
Six.
About
Six.
6.
We got 6. We got 7. We got 8. We got 8. We got 8.
We're waiting on Kim. We're waiting on Kim.
We're waiting on Kim.
Kim. That doesn't count for the shot.
All right, here we go. That's Xbox. Moving on. We got Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic. That was Xbox or PS1. Xbox, PS1. We got a minute and 25 seconds. Going minute 25 seconds. Xbox, PS1. I got 9. Let's go.
Xbox game. The next one is, why is that taking so long to load? We talked about fighting a lot last week, so let's stick with it. Punches. Tekken 3. What about Tekken 3? Did your GIF not load for this one? It didn't.
I guess not.
No
it was.
GIF. Fine, Doug, go.
That would be PS1. Commando, Secret Agent, World Savior, and Men Who Hides in a Box from Metal Gear Solid. You have 1 minute left. 1 minute. 1 minute. We got 69, 79, 89, 99.
We're in PlayStation 1 exclusive. Next question is, I am not a fan of Creepy, but you couldn't escape classic horror without mentioning Silent Hill.
50
What about
seconds.
Silent Hill.
50 seconds. 45 seconds. 89, 89. 45 seconds. That is a PS1 exclusive. Moving on. One of the cooler games back in the day where your decision to control your character becomes its fable. We got 59, 69. I got 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left. Let's go. Go.
Oh my goodness, I'm clicking. Oh Lord, I clicked something weird. They're making a left turn. They're making another. Oh wait, that's a right turn. What about Gran Turismo 2? Gran Turismo 2. 9 of 9, Doug, go.
We got 50 seconds. That's a PS1 game. Let's go. Last one of the round, super difficult. Ninja Gaiden. We got 10 seconds left. 10 seconds. Let's go. 9, 4, 9, 5, 9, 6, 9, 5,
7,
4, 3,
Done.
2.
Done. Stop it.
Oh.
How much time is left? Kim said she's
1.87 seconds left.
1.87 seconds. The correct answer on Ninja Gaiden was Xbox. That was an Xbox release. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a beautiful 50-50 speed round.
Let's go through this just so
people can see what happened.
Yeah, let's just see what happens. Who got it 50-50? Starting with Halo. Halo Combat Evolved was a release title for the Xbox. It was
because it was a Microsoft created game.
Yep. Knights of the Republic. Weirdly, this was actually a departure from what's it called? LucasArts, which was the Star Wars branch or Star Wars studio essentially, had made all of them for Nintendo up to that point. N64 controlled Knights of the Star Wars. If you're I mean, look at you had Starfighter, you had Pod Racing, you had all of those were what was the one Shadow of the Empire were all N64.
Shadows of the Empire. Yep.
So it was this giant because Nintendo did not release that generation. N64 was that generation, which was 64-bit. Xbox and PS1 were 124 or
128.
128. Knights of the Republic came out on Xbox. Tekken 3. Tekken has always been a Sony. Tekken 1, 2, and 3 were all on PS1. Metal Gear Solid. This was another departure because all the Metal Gears up until that point had been Nintendo products. PS1 Metal Gear Solid was actually a recreation of the original Metal Gear Solid. which it's not Snake, it's Solid Snake, who is a clone of Big Boss, who defeated Big Boss, who became Big Boss. Honestly, if you want to watch the lore behind Metal Gear, it is an hour-long video on YouTube, and that's cutting out everything. So
this was by far my favorite question I wrote all around. Commando, Secret Agent, World Savior, Man Who Hides in a Box. For anyone who doesn't get that reference, go to Discord. There was a VG Cats back in the day.
What is that box?
Because there is a part in the game where you literally, like, actually, I think it's the whole game, right? If you can get to a box, you can literally pull a box over your head and you become invisible.
Yep. Yeah, actually, that's true. PlayStation was a collab with Nintendo originally, and then the PS2. If we're being technically correct, Xbox was the response to PS2, and then GameCube came out as a third party to that. The actual fighter in the Xbox PS1 fight was Dreamcast, which just got
Dreamcast, man, but it just got blown out of the water.
Well, and the problem was it's one of those things, like, its technology was ahead of the time. Like,
its controller was not good. I will say that the Dreamcast controller was like two knobs. That was one thing that held it back. But
the Duke, the Xbox, the original Xbox controller, which is called,
that thing was a brick too.
Right, it was called the Duke. Just like a massive thing. Well, but also it offered online connection, and it had a port for that, but it was an extra expense, and people were like, "Oh, multiplayer is not the way of the future." Bullshit. Legitimately, Dreamcast tried to put all this technology into it. That was the future. That everyone was like, this is not the future. And then it crumbled. And GameCube came along and actually did all of that stuff. Xbox had the ports for... Xbox stole... Okay, hold on.
That's true, it did have that.
To draw this kind of like graph.
If y'all are curious, we forgot to mention it. Next month, next month, at the end of this month, which I think is next week, next Thursday. Yes,
yeah,
next Thursday, the 27th. We will be having a theme night, as we do at the end of every month, and our theme night is video games.
Yep.
So we will be doing a whole themed 48 questions about video games, which is why this 50-50 round snuck in this week, so that me and Doug could kind of ramble about video games for a little while.
So
anyway, go ahead.
So Dreamcast came out before Xbox. Dreamcast had all this like next gen tech in it, but couldn't secure exclusives or couldn't secure games that people wanted to play. It's not like literally their only carrying stuff was like Sonic Adventures and Phantasy Star, and while alone those games are awesome, they weren't enough.
Star was so good.
They weren't enough to carry an entire console because they couldn't get other exclusives, because this was the age of exclusives. You couldn't play Sonic on a Nintendo game. You couldn't play Mario on a Sega console, so on and so forth. So Dreamcast kind of failed after, I want to say it was like 2 years. Xbox comes out. Xbox took all of the tech of GameCube, left it there, which is why you could play Xbox Live, and that was like a huge thing. And people were like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing! This is this like groundbreaking thing." And Dreamcast sit in the back like,
bro, we already did that,
bro. Hey, this." Okay, so this is for the entire thing, because PS1, honestly, PS1 should not have been put up against Xbox. It should have been PS2 against Xbox, because that was the same generation, and Dreamcast was equivalent to PS1, which was still far superior to both PS1 and Xbox just kind of stole all of that. Moving on. Anyway, Silent Hill didn't start until PS1. Like, PlayStation started Silent Hill franchise. With Silent Hill 1 and Silent Hill 2 were both PS1 exclusive.
Holy crap. I didn't realize how right you were about that. The PS1 came out in 94.
Yep.
And the Xbox didn't come out till 2001. What I did, though, the whole reason that there were sequels, by the way, Herbert Freets.
Oh, do you know what date of the Dreamcast came out?
Dreamcast had to come out in 89 or 88.
11/11/2001. Oh, sorry.
What?
Sorry.
No
No. Sorry. 9/9/99. Sorry.
99. Seriously? I would have thought the Dreamcast 90. Oh wow. I absolutely would have thought that it released way earlier.
Nope.
That makes sense. Anyway, the next one we had on the list was Silent Hill. Silent Hill was another one of those. I think Resident Evil 2 were both PS1 exclusives. For some reason, PlayStation got a bunch of horror games.
Resident Evil 2, Silent Hill 2. There was two other like horror games that like came out. Like there was a couple like 1s and 2s that came out on PS1, and then PS2 would have like a single. PS3 and PS4 to have like 3 apiece of, because like Resident Evil 4, like Resident Evil 3 was a PS2 game, Resident Evil 4 was a PS4 game, Resident Evil 5 was a PS4 game, Resident Evil 6 was a PS4 game, and then they are starting to redo all of them and so on and so forth. Anyway, so Silent Hill. Fable was an Xbox game. Fable was such a great game.
If you haven't played Fable, you should. You literally get to determine your fate. That was the whole cool thing of the game. Like Fable 3 we played in college. And like you can make your character like this. He'll start to like turn black and grow horns if you go down the evil route. And you can like balance. It's based on a good versus evil bar on your character. It's really neat.
Which was actually introduced by Knights of the Old Republic, because it was because you did not pick Jedi or Sith. It was
you played the game.
Did you earn dark side or light side points based on your decisions, and that is when it unlocked powers. Gran Turismo has been bastardized in every way. Gran Turismo was the original racing. Correction, I should say. It was not the original racing game. It was the original 3D racing game.
I was about to say 3D. Yep.
Reality racing game. Because you had Gran Turismo 1, 2, 3, and then you got into Forza, and then you got into what was the Wreck-'em game?
Wreck-'em?
Like where you would intentionally run into cars to win races.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about, but Need for Speed was the other one that popped into my mind.
Need for Speed. You had there was another one that was like you race around Hawaii and stuff like that. Anyway. And Ninja Gaiden, okay, so people talk about like Dark Souls being the hardest. Like Dark Souls is like no. Ninja Gaiden was the Dark Souls before Dark Souls. Sorry.
Speed run and then eliminate all the time saved by naming literally every game. Doug, this is our trivia and we do what we want.
It is burnout. It is burnout. But we're going to the next. We're going to the next question. Let's do this. Dang, Nature, you interesting.
Twitch. All right, this is my second round. Dang, Nature, you interesting. In this round, we're gonna borrow from Sporkle. If y'all didn't know, we went to SporkleCon this past year. We got to do some trivia rounds at SporkleCon. If you don't know what Sporkle is, go to the internet and type in Sporkle. It's a bunch of quizzes where you get to answer questions. It's usually free answer. It's a lot of fun. But anyway, me and Kim did a round the other day that was all about nature, and every question started with a particular letter. So for tonight, it's all nature, and I want you to give me stuff that starts with the letter G, as in Garrett or good. Anyway, the letter G. This is a strong wind, often related to the ocean or sailing. And actually, I meant to put a variant answer on this one because there is a second option that I will accept. So yeah, we're rolling on. And Doug, they won the 50-50 round. So are you ready for that? See, and Ozzy has put in, or no, Luke to go, and most people are putting in the alternate answer, which I'm giving credit for.
Ninja Gaiden
on the list.
Ninja Gaiden was on the SNES, but between PS1 and Xbox, Ninja Gaiden was on the Xbox because it was called Ninja Gaiden on the Xbox.
Oh, we already got grammared.
Friends over there.
He said with. I spelled with. One of us spelled with wrong.
And we'll start. Well, yeah. Hey, remember how I was at the beginning? 1 second. Remember at the beginning how I said I typed all of these answers out and questions from a phone that was in front of me.
It did happen.
This is one of those questions.
It is. I'm waiting on, I guess, just me. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, you
Dude,
have your mics
V-
ready.
Yeah, no, VG Cats was like
Loved it.
one of my favorite. VG Cats and Control Alt Delete were my like two favorite web comics back in the day.
I loved VG Cats and I loved 8-bit. 8-bit.
What was it? 8-bit. It was the Final Fantasy thing. The like Final Fantasy one.
Final Fantasy. Yep, that's it. I just can't remember.
Do you remember the end of that? Do you remember the end of that series?
Oh god, it's been so long. I probably do. If you say
It was the best callback ever. Where episode 1, he reads a Nintendo Power and says, "4 white mages, haha, no way." The last panel is him saying, "No way," and like holding up a Nintendo Power because it's 4 white mages that beat Chaos at the end.
That's amazing.
Which is
I guess.
Wait, okay, hold on. I've plugged this before. I'll plug it again. RPG Limit Break on Twitch currently. It is I've talked about Games Done Quick and Awesome Games Done Quick. RPG Limit Break is a offshoot of that. They only play RPGs, but they have played. This week is their week of playing. They've raised about $100,000 so far. They play games like Final Fantasy, like last year they played Legends of Legaia. And a bunch of people were talking about it in chat today, and I was like, "Oh,
that's awesome."
They're talking about the second one. I was like, "Oh man, I really want to start. Like, I'm gonna link this to Lucas." And I looked at the schedule; they're not playing it, but they are working for. I think they're joining to ALS this year. I forget what they are doing, but on Twitch, go check them out. RPG Limit Break. They're an awesome people to donate to. Just have awesome things. Also, if you can check out Games Done Quick, if you enjoy speedrunning, if you think like, remember that game that you played that took 19 hours to beat, someone figured out how to beat it in 4 minutes. So
yeah, they do that.
Yeah.
Never.
Anyway,
the correct answer here, we've lost one team, is Gale, Gale. I also gave credit to Gale Force or Gust because Gust falls into the same premise, but Gale was what I was looking for.
All right, next one I will start checking after this. This fun little round rock can be found in stores, and once you crack it open, you might find some pretty minerals inside. Cheers.
Speedrunning is sick. Cheers to you, sir. Here we go again. It's so bad. I hate everything.
I just want to say these mics, I think I've been sitting next to me since about May.
Oh, that's a long time.
Ugh.
You thank Stardew for this? Me and Kim got into going to those little like mineral shop things for a while. And we did a few of these. They're really fun. Mom Fafro. I should be able to clip that. Because he did pop up into the channel when he did it. It'll just be very poor visibility.
It'd be very tiny. Yeah.
But I could probably grab it.
Take this and lay it back.
Cool. I'm waiting on Luke to go, which I believe is you, Mr. John K. For everyone else out there, as he locks in his answer, that JK Gaming guy has his own Twitch channel and a YouTube. It's under JK Gaming. Go check it out. My boy does racing, farming with me, and potentially even more stuff that we're gonna get into here lately. Correct answer is a geode. Geode's like a round rock. You can buy them at those yes, definitely watches Twitch, but YouTube is where it's at. You can buy those little round rocks and they let you break them open with hammers, and they can have really cool looking mineral designs in them. They sometimes grow quartz crystals. Sometimes they're just plain inside. We had one when we went in that was just a rock, but they broke it open and there it was. So they're kind of neat. From planting things to growing things, this type of area has been around since the 7 wonders of the world. That'd be, oh yeah, I'll get you my Fafro. Don't worry, I'll search it down if I can remember which trivia it was in. For anyone who's curious, sometimes when we do punishments, Mr. Fafro, otherwise known as Apollo Bunghole tonight, comes in and hangs out with us. He sometimes co-hosts trivia, and he shotguns beers like no one's business. He's really good at it. I am not. So he joined us one night for it. It was really cool. We probably need to have a round like that at some point soon.
Right,
Correct,
like what?
correct. Where Ben comes in and we do it together and then do a shotgun at the end.
Oh, that's fair.
The Benjamin. Crap. The correct answer for this one is garden. I was going for the gardens at Alexandria, I believe, the Hanging Gardens.
Babylon.
Is it Babylon? Okay.
Gardens Babylon.
Yeah, you're right, aren't you? Yep. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon were a seventh wonder of the world, and in nature, you have gardens.
I mean,
Your question, my friend.
Technically, the seventh wonder of the world was the Library of Alexandria, which got burned down, but, you know.
Well, that's one of them.
Helping keep our aquatic friends alive. These help to keep Nemo breathing. They're not Captain Nemo. That's separate.
The seven classic wonders of the world, which I always get confused. This is one of my favorite Sporkle categories to try to get right. The Pyramids of Giza, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, the Temple of Artemis, the Statue of Zeus, the Mausoleum at Halicarnassus, the Colossus of Rhodes, and the Lighthouse of Alexandria. So Alexandria actually had 2.
And they should have had 3, but the...
Because the library... Actually, the library isn't on there.
The Library of Alexandria was burned down, though.
That's right, it did burn. You're right.
So that would have been the 8th wonder of the world. And that's why people say, and the 8th wonder of the world.
Wonder of the world. Yeah, because the 8th wonder of the world is AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas.
Well, it used to be. Well, the 8th wonder of the world was the Library of Alexandria, which is said to have, at the time, the collection of all human knowledge, and then was burned down by, shocker, the Christians.
Hey. We got lit on fire a lot by the Romans before we burned other stuff down.
No. Ask me what war the
Pyramid of Giza.
Ask me what war the Library of Alexandria was burned down.
There's no, it was burned down in the Crusades. That's way too late.
It was burned down during the Crusades.
Are you serious?
It was the first crusade.
Like 1100 BC?
Yeah.
No, not BC, AD.
Yeah.
Good Lord, really? That late?
Yeah. Because Alexandria, while not part of the empire at the time, has always been the Library of Alexandria.
So, Quizmaster, what I always forget is I always think of the modern 7 wonders of the world, and I think of the Great Wall of China, because the Great Wall is a modern.
Sorry, I was wrong. Pompeii.
That's nuts. Pompeii?
No, Pompeii. When Caesar died, Rome was split into 3. Pompey being one of the 3 legii, whatever. No. Sorry. Back up. Sorry. Pompey.
Rewind.
Pompey betrayed Caesar. Caesar chased him down.
Gotcha.
Pompey was murdered by the king of Egypt. This was when he was a small boy who ordered his death. This was in Egypt. But on his way to try to capture Pompey, Caesar burned down, conquered the harbor of Alexandria, burned down the library on it, trying to get to Pompey. Which the screwed up part about
everybody's saying that you're echoing.
The screwed up part about.
And you muted yourself.
The screwed up part about all of this is Caesar was going to forgive Pompey. He was going to, legally when you forgive someone, it's called amnesty.
Amnesty.
Yeah, he was going to give Pompey amnesty with all of his people, and instead, Cleopatra's cousin, who was king of a pharaoh of Egypt at the time, killed Pompey, which pissed off Caesar, who killed that guy. So that's how Cleopatra became pharaoh of, and all that other bullshit.
In the first,
yes, no, you're right. Sorry, yes, I screwed up.
I was thinking in my head.
No, because
I did a giant report.
because sorry, going back to the Wailing Wall. I'm confusing the Wailing Wall with
Mama Favreau says you're still echoing a lot, and I'm curious why.
I don't know. But
Maybe
right.
turn yourself down in the board. A friendly reminder as Doug checks on his sound stuff. All the answers start with the letter G.
Yep.
This is like the Sesame Street letter G. It's brought to you by the letter G.
This is you.
Anyway, go ahead.
Go for it. No, take it.
This is your answer because you're even. You didn't
Third.
tell them what the answer was.
Oh, that would be
I can tell if you want me to. I'm here still.
garden.
Nope.
No,
Try it
gills.
again.
Gills. Sorry.
Yep. Fish use gills to breathe. The type of gas contained in Earth's atmosphere help to trap these types of gas. This type of gas contained in Earth's atmosphere help to trap in heat. It traps in heat. I did the thing. Big question is just Doug echoing or is it me? Because I'm always curious about that. I assume something with the soundboard is always going on when there's an echo. My big thing that I always remember. So I did a research paper at Tech when I was there because I did medieval heroes and saints for fun. So I wrote about Richard the Lionheart and the Third Crusades. And I got to look at a book in our library is called Newman at Virginia Tech. If y'all didn't know, anyone who's new here, there's a reason I wear a Virginia Tech thing. Over there is Virginia Tech Stadium. It's up here. Doug's degree is literally
That's my
in the
degree
background.
from Virginia
We're
Tech.
all Hokies. Well, us two are Hokies. Kim's a Hokie. But we have a big library that is big for Civil War history, and they had a literal wooden book from the Crusades that I used as a primary reference.
Wait, you actually got to read that thing?
Yeah, so I had to go into that little room on an episode of Bones.
I worked at that library. So I was I was a shelver and a circulation desk person. Caitlin, Jason's wife, worked up in that part. And the number of times that she would talk to me about oh, we just got this primary source that's a wooden book from blah, 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 so on and so forth. And I was like, I should have been a history major if
that's all I wanted to do was be a history major. I
Actually,
had enough credits to be a minor.
I'm not going to talk about the people who dissuaded me, but if I had had my druthers, I would have 100% gone into history, probably historical law from there. But we're not going to talk about that. Anyway, moving on.
According to John, it's like you have an echo effect on your mic, which is really weird. It's like it's picking you up twice. I wonder why. For those of you out there who are curious, I had enough credits to be a history minor. I don't know why you'd be curious about this, but I had enough credits to have a history minor, and they told me because my engineering, my overall GPA wasn't high enough. I had a 3.8 in history, but my overall GPA was a 2 point something, and they were like, yeah, your GPA is below 3. We can't let you have a history minor. I'm like, in the history classes, I'm acing it. So, but why? I'm curious. Can't hear you now because you are muted. The correct answer here, I'm going to scroll through and look at everybody's answers. A lot of these answers were close. We were going for the simple answer. These are greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases come in Earth, the ozone, I think. I tried to research it. I did do research. As UV rays come in, they hit the Earth, they reflect. The ozone or the outer atmosphere traps them in because it can't exit, and it creates a greenhouse effect, much like a regular greenhouse, which contains in sunlight to help grow flowers. And
do I have an
give you a rant?
Do I have an echo now?
How about the echo on Doug now? But yeah, we were looking for greenhouse. Good job to Ozzy and Kim. How is Doug's echo as we move on to the next question? Go ahead, buddy.
So the force is a constant on Earth, but changes from planet to planet.
No echo now. Sweet, nailed it. But yeah, I really wanted a history meeting. I even started at Tech. So I started at Tech with 100% echo. So Herr Frietz has no echo. Mama Favreau has echo.
Okay. Am I
I'm
echoing right
I'm
now?
confused. To the chat, is he still echoing? I'm gonna wait. We hold. Free.
Free.
Wait, did we give one away for free?
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
The force is a constant on Earth, but changes from planet to planet. Oh, from plant to planet.
Okay, so from Ben, I'm still saying a little quicker. From Mama Favreau, I'm saying go free. From Stewium saying yes, you're echoing. I don't know anymore. Like,
So I have 3 people saying you have no echo. I have 2 saying that there's a slight echo. Secondly, we got Grammard because if you look, it says from plant to planet instead from planet to planet. Cheers indeed, my friend. Keep an eye on the echo. Doug, what you got for the answer?
that would be gravity. Or
That is gravity.
or gravitas, if you.
What? No, gravitas is a totally different thing, Douglas.
Moving on.
The giant cold structure is generally known for being way bigger where you can't see it. Giant cold structure is known for being bigger where you can't see it. I'm sorry, Mama Fafro. I'm trying.
Dying from what?
Either she's falling asleep because it's 9 o'clock. There's an echo. It's just super quiet now, according to Kim.
I don't know what to do anymore. I legit. I'm gonna buy. I need to buy a mixing board. I'm gonna buy a mixing board now. Like,
You do need a mixing. We do need a mixing board, but I'm trying to think. 'Cause you can't reset it. If you mute. I don't know what would cause an
because
echo.
I'm
It would
using
be your computer.
I'm using
from 2 places.
I'm using a virtual mixing board, but one of the
Yeah, Quizmaster. I wonder what other kind of thing. Hey, look, you got it right. A Geisberg.
Geisberg.
If anyone had wrote Geisberg, I would have given you credit. Everyone got this correct. I enjoy that. That's amazing. Oh, Goldberg. Yeah, John K. I also would have given you credit for Goldberg because he is bigger where you can't see him, if you know what I mean. No, Doug.
I'm aware. Yeah.
The correct answer here is a glacier. I was actually worried that people would be confused by that one. Thank you all for getting it right. I get worried.
Curveball. This character, even though he appears to be a part of nature, is just a character in the MCU universe that's been CGI'd into our hearts. Which, if you've watched Secret Invasion, we should have put that question instead.
Have I watched Secret Invasion? I think I have.
It's a new series with the Skrull.
Then I've definitely only watched 1 or 2 episodes, maybe.
Oh, the new one has.
I'm glad that everybody knew that. I had fun with this round. I don't know if you all enjoyed it. Thank you, Mom Fafro. We know what we did. Cheers, Doug. Although I would argue that is a word.
It's
in our vernacular.
Te and the are the same. I am te coolest.
Hey, Doug.
Yeah.
The Doug count is already up to 4.
Okay. I feel like exclamation point Doug is bullshit because
Kim, hey dog, Kim thinks exclamation point Kim is bullshit, but here we are like 30 rounds into it.
I'm just trying to.
Herr Freed says the echo is back and more prominent now. Can you disable the soundboard? Hey, do you have wait, hold on. Disable your pretty microphone and go to your headset microphone. See if it changes. This round has been awesome. A little quieter, and 1 second later, this round has been awesome. Ben, I don't know even what grammatically you were going for there. Okay. Doug is changing up his mic, so I'm going to keep rolling here because we can't hear him currently. Keep working on that. The curveball round, the correct answer, which almost everyone except Ozzy and Scraps got right here. Not calling y'all out. It's just a Marvel thing, and a lot of people who are big Marvel fans. That's Groot. So if you've watched, yeah, so Doug uses a weird sound splitter.
How about now?
To get out. Oh, I got him. And how is the echo? Doug, give me a sound check, please.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
I tried to echo in the chat. Oh, thank you so much, Ben. You're so.
Whatever you use, it's a Yeti in G Hub. Oh, yeah. I do have G Hub though from
the wheel.
From my wheel.
Echo's still there? Wait, if your echo's still there, something is. Oh wait, what? Hold on, wait a minute. What?
Got it. Got it. Next. Got it. Let me see if I can mute my.
You know what, Herr Freets? I will. No echo, but I hate it from Ben. So John says there's still an echo. Mama Fafro says, "Whoa, you sound like you're in space" from Ben, but no echo. Hair Freets, Doug, drink because Hair Freets is correct. I wrote the Marvel Cinematic Universe and then put universe after it, so it's MCU. Cheers to you, Hair Freets.
I don't know how
And I
to.
also need another drink.
You
It's
are you
hollow
are
and there's
correct.
still an echo.
You are correct that G Hub is a thing. I'm trying to find where I can get rid of that. Wait.
I knew it was Groot, but couldn't think of it. JK Game is actually just watching Cave. Anyway, so that was Groot,
Okay,
the character
how-
from Guardians of the Galaxy.
How about that? It might sound hollow, but that's just the headset.
I think Ben thinks that you're like on board is picking you up for some reason. Haley won't let me. I was gonna say if you used a blue mic, it would be in G Hub, but if it's not your headset, yeah, if the headset mic's doing it too, it's something. Basically, if the headset mic's doing it too, something else is picking you up. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, now he's changed something. Doug,
Can you hear me? Check 1 2 1 2.
still an echo, dude. I don't know.
At this point, fuck it. I don't know.
Turn yourself down so I can't cheers. Yeah, you can cheers me. I'll just have to go get another drink. Yeah, Blue Yeti is a. It's not a. Yeah, it's Yeti. They have their own thing. It's just blue. They have their own amp that I have. Anyway, as Doug wonders on his sound, he's pretty sad boy right now. So we're gonna rock and roll. We'll give you. You know what? You guys can check the leaderboard. I'm not gonna give you a leaderboard. I have faith in you all. Doug. Oh yeah, you clicked off of Discord. I was like, why did our pictures disappear? But that's fine. Do your thing. They don't need to see us. This round is Who's That Muppet? A round of everyone's favorite puppets. Don't out me, bro. The Muppets. You get a description, you give the name and or title of the Muppet. First up, super simple, comedian, and also the name of Chris Jericho's band. So this Muppet is a comedian, and it's also the name of Chris Jericho's band, which most of our fans know because most of you are wrestling nerds. I always forget this one and then remember. There's that. Actually, I could do something for you here, Freets. You did cheers.
Actually, I wonder, can you all
I
hear
really don't want to do that, though. I don't want to throw up.
Do you all hear an echo
John,
now?
I knew John would get this. The problem, John, is we're all right. Everybody that is typing it in, you are just typing in Chris Jericho's band. We want the name of the Muppet that relates to this. So I'm going to ask all of you who put in the band for clarification. You want the Muppet. So think about the name of Chris Jericho's band. That's kind of your hint.
Hey,
Kim doesn't know who Chris Jericho is. Yeah, I see you waving your hands. I can't hear you. Oh, 1 second. Cool.
hey, can everyone hear me?
Still can't hear you.
Is there an echo now?
Request clarification. Oh, okay, gotcha. Do what you need to do.
Can you hear me
Okay,
now?
so
Is
I
there-
am
is there an echo?
requesting clarification from anyone who put in Jericho's band to
is
give
there
me
an echo
the
now? And can
the
you guys hear
Muppet.
me?
There it is.
In Twitch.
Bunghole Prospector gets it. Yeah, there you go. That's what you want.
In Twitch, can you guys hear me?
So everyone who I've asked for clarification from, no, John K. No. I guess you don't know the Muppets all that well. That's fair. I guess it's just me. IDK is not here anymore. Most of you at least gave me a Muppet, which is what you're shooting for in this one. The correct answer here is Fozzie Bear. Fozzie Bear is the Muppet, obviously. Fozzie is the name of Chris Jericho's band. Fozzie Bear is the Muppet related to Fozzie. Doug's still wondering over things as we move to question 42. Wait, oh, very
Alright.
quiet. Y'all can hear Doug? Because I can't hear Doug.
Oh, okay.
Well, I am sorry. Oh, there we go.
I changed it over, but I think I figured out that I have a headset for Discord, but I don't have a way to pick up Discord.
Oh,
Like you and I talking in Discord.
no more echo.
Right. You and I talking in Discord. It doesn't pick me up for some reason. Next to you.
Weird.
But I have a
Okay.
headset as a separate input. And then I don't know what's going on now because when I disabled the headset, that's
You're
fine.
good. Crank your gain up on your mic, and you should be good because they're saying you're quiet. Other than that, I think we should be good.
Okay.
So basically, you just need to turn yourself up because you sound quiet to me as well. This is your question, but I'll answer it while you cut that up. The loyal stage manager and Gopher. I'm gonna go with Goofer of the Muppet Theater, right? Yeah, Gopher of the Muppet Theater, a glasses-wearing, clipboard-holding nepotism assistant. So Doug is working on his sound as we speak. He thinks he's figured out the problem. He's only having 2 aneurysms. I'm sorry, but 3? Oh, we're on the third one already.
Alright, can you guys hear me, or am I stupid quiet still?
You do sound quiet to me. I don't know how you sound to them. Your gain, I guess, wouldn't cut you up.
Gain goes the other way.
Oh, there he is.
How about now?
How about now? Do we hear the Douglas?
More-
Ladies and gentlemen,
More or less.
do y'all remember when we
Lucas, more or less.
Oh, you sound good to me. You're
Okay,
good.
Okay, cool.
You sound good to me now, which means they should hear you well. I just think it's funny because we did talk about technical difficulties at the beginning of this. I also love that John K literally just rewrote Fozzie Bear because he's mad that he put Fozzie in the first question and didn't get credit. I have no response from the crowd, so I assume they can hear you. We need more Doug. Mama Fafro says more. And now,
No one knew this one. That kind of hurts.
so Mama Fafro says you're still quiet. So she wants more volume.
Am I quiet now?
Yeah, I think she wants more. Talk to me because you just turned it.
Talk to me.
You got quieter that time, which is weird. Go the other way. Crank it to max.
How about now?
Ooh, that sounds like ASMR to me.
I love how you stroke it, baby. Just keep going that way over and over and over. I like how he walked away but kept the headphones on because he's definitely doing something with that. He get her. We're missing, I guess, me, IDK. Alright, well, anyway, we're just gonna end that question. Moving on. Turn the Oko back on. Okay, so it's my gain that's just way too high. Got it. Alright, we're good. Oh, by the way, I found out where there is some hard Mountain Dew. I can buy you a couple cases if you need.
I'm debating on that because I always hate to mix Mountain Dew with alcohol.
It tastes the exact same. Marvin and I, we were playing D&D on Saturday. It was me, Marvin, Lissa, Allie, and 2 of our friends. And our buddy brought Hard Mountain Dew. It tastes the exact same. There's no difference.
Okay, then I will definitely try it. Also, okay, I only laugh because I was a big Muppets fan. People called me Gonzo a lot as a kid.
Oh, what's this
Anyway,
answer?
what's the correct answer?
That's
you. We on it even.
That's Scooter.
I actually didn't know that.
So did you know that the reason Scooter was a stage manager was because at the very beginning of the Muppets show, the company that owned the Muppets Theater, Scooter was a nepotism kid. That he was the only reason he was a stage manager. I think it was like HR something, HJ something, was the owner of the Muppets Theater, and so Scooter was the stage manager who was inept, and they slowly changed it to like him being the only thing between like chaos and structure, because Kermit would be like, we need to do this, and Scooter was like, I got it, boss. And then Scooter and Kermit became best friends by the end, or not by the end, but like the transition became from Kermit hating Scooter for being a nepotism kid to Scooter being super, like, honestly being like the assistant that could handle everything, and the theater wouldn't have worked without Scooter.
Oh, interesting. Red, white, and blue. Does that say crapping?
Yep.
Crapping, avian asshole. Yeah, no, that is him. I'm sorry, I got distracted in the middle of that by Mama Fafro saying, sexy, turn the echo back on. with that. No, that was so good. And Hair Freaks knew what I was doing. I was going to get my other drink so I could cheers them.
I need the whole name. I need the whole name of this guy.
So, clarification, so if you take Bumhole Recovery's answer, which we've requested clarification, and half of Kim's answer, that's correct if they put theirs together. No, that's not it. I love how the Muppet round has thrown nothing. Also, Scraps and T just listed a Sesame Street character. character.
If you haven't noticed, all the gifts have been Sesame Street.
I love it.
Just
I
to
did
mess with
notice that.
people.
I did notice that because I
Man-
saw Elmo.
Manamana.
Sure.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
So that is
Manamana.
correct. Kim literally spelled eagle out in all caps. One person got it correct. The correct answer here, this is Sam the
No,
Eagle. Sam
No,
the Eagle.
no.
Or Sam Eagle, I'm sorry.
Sam Eagle. No,
Sam Eagle.
Sam the Eagle is wrong. His name was
You're not
Sam
right.
Eagle.
Sam Eagle. You wrote Eagle. That's not correct. Kim is mad.
Sam Eagle is his name.
Kim
Well, it
said
could
this is
be,
like
yeah.
Jeopardy. She wants last names.
So I originally started this round out writing it as the Sesame Street characters because there's Oscar the Grouch, Snuffleupagus, Big Bird, like they all had titles. We need the title, like the name and the title. So like instead of like sweet, like if I put a Swedish chef, it wouldn't just be chef, it'd be Swedish chef.
Question 44, Doug. It's 9:15. We got to go.
Was in the show a lot with her flock of girls. It probably helped she was dating / married to one of the main characters.
The song bang. I can't hear any of the music that Doug plays. I have to
don't-
keep Twitch muted or it would be so confusing.
Yep.
It would be pure echoes
But
all the time.
This is a name with a title.
What song is this actually? Because we can look right here.
Actually, I can just.
Scroll back to the pretzel. It is Backit Bacat by Mantono Ad. Okay. The weird stuff that you play. Oh, no, now playing Hole in the Earth.
I literally just hit Pretzel Rock. Surprised me.
What is Pretzel Rock? Anyway, question marks across the board. What you got for this one?
Camilla the chicken, who is Gonzo's girlfriend or wife.
I love
Gonzo fucks chickens. Just putting that out there.
You had to go there, didn't you? 9 foot tall, hairy, intimidating ogre with a heart of gold. Isn't this the one in Muppet Treasure Island where they're...
Yep. I already know where
Yep.
you're going. Yep.
Yep. If you haven't, ladies and gentlemen, if you know nothing about the Muppets at all, and you have no interest in the Muppets at all, go to Disney Plus or go to wherever you can find Disney and pull up Muppet Treasure Island and just watch it. Because it's literally a Pirates of the Caribbean before Pirates of the Caribbean with Muppets and Tim Curry.
It's Treasure Island. It's
Yeah, it is Treasure Island.
It's Treasure Island with Tim Curry. But and the best
Long John Silver, baby.
The best Reddit post I ever saw was what's his face who plays
I'm giving unnamed bunghole credit for this.
a Muppet Christmas Carol. Who's the Michael
Which one?
Caine? Michael Caine.
Yep.
Who plays Ebenezer Scrooge. There's a reason Tim Curry and Michael Caine are such great actors in Muppets movies because Michael Caine treats the Michael Caine treats the Muppets like equals. Like that's he
Oh, he does. Yeah, you're right.
He acts like the Muppets are equals.
Are people.
Tim Curry
Muppets are people.
Tim Curry acts like he's a Muppet.
Yes, he does. He treats himself like a Muppet.
And that is the greatest description I've ever seen of those two in their roles. Is the reason Michael Caine is so amazing in Muppet Christmas Carol is because the Muppets are his co-stars, and the reason Tim Curry is so amazing in Muppet Treasure Island is because he is a Muppet. Like there's no like better description than that as their like roles.
All that to say, please go watch Muppet Treasure Island. I turn it on randomly when Kim is at home. The correct answer was Sweetums. Sweetums. Ow,
We
microphone.
have cabin fever. We have cabin.
We have cabin fever.
All right, an absent-minded scientist that tortures his assistant for a few laughs. I need a title here.
So every time I think of Muppet Treasure Island, though, I think of the opening song, which is Dead Men Tell No Tales. Dead Men Tell No Tales. Yeah, it's the movie's a banger. I'm telling you.
Muppet Treasure Island has to be, for me, top 5 nostalgia movies of all time.
I'm sorry, Doug. I know you want a title. I'm giving them credit.
No.
I'm giving them credit.
They're not even spelling it right.
I don't care.
But no, like top 5 nostalgia. I'm not gonna put them in any particular order. It's like Muppet Treasure Island, Princess Bride,
Princess Bride, good.
Neverending Story, what's the great what is it? Great American Tale, with Fievel Mouse.
Great American Adventure.
No.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Fievel Mousekewitz.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
But not
I just can't think of it.
It's not the sequel, which is Fievel Goes West. And
My
then,
personal favorite answer to this is not Beaker. An American Tale, Herr Friedskite.
American Tail. Yeah, thank you. American Tail.
Oh, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Cam! Too slowly!
His
I'm trying to think.
name.
Hook. Hook is the other one.
Yeah.
Hook is the other one that goes on that list for sure.
Dude, oh,
right, anyway.
yes. The fact that
All right.
what's her face is
Yes, I know, because we talked about this the
yeah,
other day.
moving on,
She
right.
gets killed because she's Robin Williams, not Robin Williams, but Robin Williams.
goes into the blue box.
Correct answer. Tell them what his actual name is.
Dr. Bunsen, spelled like Bunsen burner, honeydew. Dr. Bunsen honeydew.
And as Dr. Bunsen Honeydew, I gave people credit for Bunsen even though Doug didn't want me to, and he can't stop me. Kermit the Frog's nephew, you can't. And best friends with Sweetums. I mean, you could. I'm giving people credit.
I don't understand. There is this weird disconnect between our ability to correct answers, because we will correct the same answer.
Yeah,
And
one of us will do it.
No. So like we'll both correct it, and it'll come out as correct. One of us will correct it, and it'll come out as correct. The other one will correct it, and it'll come out as correct. And then both of us will correct the next one, and it'll mark it as wrong because for some reason it's like, no, we're just done with it.
It is weird because for those of you who doesn't, for those of y'all doesn't know, for those of y'all that don't know, how TrivNow works for me and Doug is we have the screen when we ask the question, all your answers pop up. It tells us how many of you have completed it, obviously, and it gives us an X if you got it wrong, check if you got it right. And we can literally click the X and correct anything. So like Kim literally sent us a frog emoji and I could count that as correct. Kim does that frequently, by the way. For those of you who want pure entertainment, I should just take a camera angle of Kim's answers when she doesn't know the round. It'll just be emojis. But anyway, that's besides the point. But we can correct them. We can go in and give you half credit, quarter credit, or we can customize, which is how we give you extra credit when we do certain questions. And so if I correct it, it doesn't change on Doug's.
Yeah.
So like if Scraps and T had got this one right, I have a check. I check it. Doug doesn't. There's still just a random X on his side, and then he can check it, but it doesn't give you double credit. But sometimes it doesn't count as correct.
Right.
The system is really weird.
Sometimes it cancels out. Sometimes it'll be like, oh, both of you said you're right, and it'll count it. And other times it's like, oh, like one of you said it was right, and the other one didn't say shit, so we're just gonna like null everything. And
it's weird. But for those of you who are angry, Doug wrote this round. I may have given him the idea, but I told you to put pictures.
Yeah, you're right.
The correct answer here is Robin the Frog. Robin the Frog. And also, we've hit the deep cuts of the Muppets at this point.
The best duo ever that weren't even in the show. That is all you
That's
get.
true.
They were not. They were never part of the show.
They're the best duo ever, though.
In the original Muppets show, because the Muppet Show has always been a stage production.
Deep Cups hint. They're on the ship. They are literally part of the ship in Muppet Treasure Island. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, when you, I'm gonna give it to that Aussie guy.
Gotcha.
The original Muppets show was filmed as if it were a stage performance, and these two were never on stage.
It was just a sparing error, Aussie guy. Oh no! Wait, hold on. But the keypad came up upside down? Well, you live in Australia. Shouldn't you know how to deal with that? Boom! Nailed it! I'm done. That's the best joke of the night. I'm done.
Which one?
So that Aussie guy wagered a singular point because his keypad was upside down. But everything's upside down in Australia, Doug. You know this.
I mean,
I can't change your wager though. I apologize. I'm sorry.
I can, and I will.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it. We're putting up a new exclamation mark, and it's Doug Favors new people exclamation mark.
This is not a new person. Quizmaster Caleb
Ozzy?
has been here the
Quizmaster
best.
Caleb?
Has been here before.
Prove it.
Unlike you, I don't look at the stats of our streams afterwards.
Hey, I was brought on to this company to be the tech guy. It's why you have pretty beer cans on your Twitch page.
And yet somehow I'm still the one who hosts. Honestly, like, you should be the one who's
I
hosting.
don't know why I should be hosting. I don't know why you do the hosting thing.
I don't either.
Actually,
Like,
that's a fair point.
I say this with all seriousness. Moving forward, can you host these?
Actually, yeah, we could probably do that. We'll give it a shot and see how it works out.
Because my internet is absolute garbage.
All right, well, we'll give it a shot next week and see what happens. Video game night. Anyway, that is the end. Doug, what's the answer?
Statler and Waldorf, or Waldorf and Statler. I haven't seen this a terrible fight since World War One. If you've watched much of Treasure Island, they are the mermaid, like.
They are the headpiece of the ship. And
with,
my favorite
with
part
the mermaid
is
bodies, which is
with mermaid bodies, and the rats are like a huge part of the like getting to the Caribbean, and they're like, "Why did all these rats get let on the ship? This is kind of like the plague."
And the winner tonight is Bungholes on the Moon, followed by Unnamed Bunghole Prospector, that Aussie guy with 90.865. I'm kind of feeling like you should be prized.
Doug,
I'm kind of feeling like you should be prized.
there is a grand prize. This is not a
Bunghole
normal
Recovery and Enter the Labs, followed by E, Luke to Go, Scraps, and Scrappy York. I guess just me, That's our night. Thank you all for joining us. We love you so much. We're going to be back next week with our, what is it? Oh, right, our theme night, which is video games. But
Yeah.
I believe you have something to say, Lucas.
I do as always. I'm sorry. I'm adding a prize currently to our prize ticker. We have the grand prize, which is the Amazon shopping spree gift card. And now we have Doug gives away something. You're new. You get a prize.
It's not because he's new. He's been here before.
He literally said he's new.
Yeah, don't say anything. Plead the fifth. Okay, in America, you can plead the fifth. Plead the fifth.
Oh my goodness. Congratulations to Ben. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, as we close out the night, thank you all so much for coming. Thank you for staying with us for 2.5 hours. We love you all so much. We appreciate everything you do. We appreciate that you take time out of your Thursday nights to come hang out. We'll be here as long as you're here, and we will always support, appreciate, and have a wonderful time with you. And as Doug always says,
if no one's told you this week they're proud of you, we're proud of you. You guys are amazing people. You should keep being amazing. Keep putting out good into the world, and, you know, tell others not to be a dick. Because we know you all aren't dicks, because you're great people. You're here with us every week, even though, honestly, we're probably dicks sometimes, but we love you all. You're amazing people. We're proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing. And come back next week for our video game theme night. With that, we'll catch you next week. Love you all. Catch you later. Mama Fat Bro, please stop getting me so hungover in the morning because your explanation grammar is hurting.